Huey Green.
Yeah.
That was him? Yeah, arms flailing all over the place.
Yeah, but that wasn't the guy on Vision On.
Oh, right, okay.
That's all right, no probs. Okay, 08700 40 50 60. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello, sorry, I rang back 3 times about 2 hours ago to discuss the subject. They said to ring back at 2 o'clock with it.
Oh, right, you probably got the wrong show. What was the subject?
It was to do with my 14-year-old brother who's gay.
Yeah.
We're living in Tower Hamlet.
Can't be gay at 14.
Sorry?
Can't be gay at 14.
Well, I don't know, I could argue about that.
Yeah.
But,
you live in Tower Hamlets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it well.
Yeah, it's to do with the group that he goes to.
Well, you want to give them a hard time?
I want to give him a hard time.
Well, you can't do that, I'm afraid.
Oh.
We haven't got them on to defend themselves.
Well, that's tough.
Well, it's not tough, it's democracy, mate. You know, if they were here as well, we could argue it out and you could say, look, I think they're crap, and they could say, no, we're not, and this is why. But at the moment, you could come on here and libel them, and me and you would end up in the High Court. Can you imagine that?
Really?
You know Bow Street Magistrates? It's just around the corner from you.
Yeah. Oh.
You don't want to go back there again?
Don't wind me up, please.
No, I'm being serious. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, you know, we'd end up in one of those funny situations where... So he's going to a group... I mean, don't mention the group. He's going to a group to, like, sort out his gayness.
Yeah, I won't name
Don't say... No information at all, because if we do, we just have to dump the comment and then dump the call, which would be silly. Let's go as far as with this as we can.
Okay, I'll say that I live in Tower Hamlets.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right, and I won't mention the group name.
Nothing at all. It won't go out on air even if you do, because we've got a mechanism where we can dump out the last 7 seconds.
Okay,
so.
but I mean, I actually want to discuss, like, I won't just say the group name, but I want to discuss, I mean, what he's experienced at that group and where he got the information from to go there.
So are you saying that he's getting too much information about being gay?
Yeah.
Almost to the point where it's being encouraged?
Is this against Article, whatever it's called, Section 28?
Well, you see, that's the ambiguous side, isn't it? Because, you know, pro-campaigners of gay education would say, well, look, you know, you do know you're gay at that age, and therefore, you know, every bit of information should be available. Yeah. We wouldn't be having this conversation if it was about a heterosexual group talking about sexuality.
Well,
but then, of course, you know, well, maybe we would. But the central question, I mean, what kind of information is he getting then? Tell us what's going on.
Okay.
I mean, is he being given condoms and lubricants or something?
Well, he gets all that, yeah, but the other
He gets given that?
Yeah, they get that given to them. The other thing is as well, the manager of the group is a new manager that's come into the place or something. But he was telling me that, you know, go out and sort of pushing them off.
All right, I'll tell you what. Listen, stay on the line a second.
All right.
All right, what I'm going to do, because it's a fascinating subject, but, you know, it could, I mean, if there's, you know, we could get too close to something until we find out, you know, another side of it. Although I'm willing to believe that in a lot of kind of, you know, local authorities, that sort of education goes on. Simple answer, though, at 14, you do not know you are gay. End of story. Thank you very much. Ian Collins, gay correspondent, TalkSport. Hello. What?
Hello?
Hello.
Selector.
Well, it's easy for you to say, isn't it? You've been on it all night. Hello, TalkSport.
Oh, Ian, this is Gavin from East Kilbride.
Gavin, how you doing?
Oh, I've listened to the show for a long, long time, and I think it's great.
Good stuff.
That Pete's going. I wish him every success in his new career.
That's nice, thank you.
About 80s kids shows.
Yeah.
There was it's not a kids show, but it's about a kid that was actually filmed in Scotland. It was called John's Not Mad.
Yeah, I remember that.
John's Not what?
John's Not Mad. It was about a guy with Tourette's syndrome. And they followed him around, and he was swearing at old folk.
Was it a kids' programme, did you say?
It wasn't really aimed at kids, but kids would stay up and watch it because it was a kid swearing at adults.
That's it?
And
like a documentary thing?
That's right. I was going to battle through a few, I remember. The other one was Ghostwatch. That wasn't really the 80s, that was...
oh, that dreadful thing. That was the Michael Parkinson, Mike Smith and Sarah Green thing again.
That was appalling, yeah, I remember that.
And they tried to wind everybody up and...
Oh, yeah, the BBC buried it, but I mean, the Blair Witch Project kind of nicked its thunder, you know.
It never fooled me, though, you know.
Sorry?
It never fooled me.
Oh, right. No, that fooled me.
Did it?
Oh, yeah, it was Halloween night and we were all kind of sitting kids around it scared, covered in chocolate, you know.
I suppose... But a lot of people complained, didn't they? The BBC got in trouble.
Well, that's right, yeah, they've kind of buried it now, yeah.
For scaring people, and Mike Smith shouting out, "Get my wife out of that house!"
That's right, well, you know, they should have left her there, you know.
Yes.
The other one was Jigsaw, which is a guy with a big white mask and a big nose. He used to mime stuff.
God, I remember that, yeah.
That was the BBC, it was quite scary. The other one I remember, Max Headroom.
Max Headroom?
Yeah. Which the Americans did.
That's right. And Rent-A-Ghost as well.
Rent-A-Ghost was amazing, yeah.
Oh, that was freaky, that thing.
Timothy Claypool was a bit more scary, though. I think he's...
She's no longer with us.
No.
Unfortunately, his lifestyle dictated an early demise.
Oh, dear. Anyway,
yes.
It's been great listening to you in the last few years, and brilliant. Keep up the good work.
Good on you, Gavin.
Okay,
you take it easy. Bye-bye. So what's wrong with you? I thought it was very delicately put.
Yes.
Are you doodling again?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to know she's doodling over there. It's outrageous. TalkSport.
Hello, is that Ian Collins?
Who's that?
It's Laura here, based Scotland, Glasgow.
Laura, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Didn't we speak before?
I spoke to you for quite a while, about 2 weeks ago or so, honey.
That's right, I remember.
I was listening to you talking there, man, and I just wanted to phone you.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of strange things was coming at your mouth, so I was wondering, have you put anything strange in it? What's the most strangest thing you put in your mouth, Ian?
The strangest thing?
Yeah.
Well, what's the strangest thing you put in yours?
A cucumber.
She's gone.
No!
She had that kind of manic sound to her, didn't she?
She was
kind of tipped you off.
She was on a different bus to the rest of us.
No, I liked her. I thought she was good.
I knew a girl who could put her whole fist in her mouth.
A fist?
Her own fist in her mouth.
To go with them.
My God.
Seriously, own fist. You know, she had fairly little hands.
We should have to.
And she could put her own fist in her mouth.
Good Lord.
I mean, it wasn't an experiment I insisted on before I started going out with her or anything, but it was just one of those things that she could do.
Helpful, nevertheless.
It was... yeah, I wish. That was just an interesting little sort of party piece she could do.
Well, you said you put what in your mouth? What did you... Strangest thing you put in your mouth? Apart from a camera.
Well, that is the strangest thing, probably. I've never had that sort of...
I distinctly remember eating a woodlouse once.
One? Just one?
Yeah, one.
I've done the maggots.
Yeah, no, I was about sort of 8 or 9 at the time, and I thought I'd see what one tasted like.
Did you crunch it?
Yes, it was very crunchy.
Oh, Sarah Mulvey.
Yes.
You're foul.
Went down well with a mud pie.
You crazy fool.
Hello.
Yes, hello. I think the phone communication system packed up on us then, just for a fleeting moment. Let's go to this line instead. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello, Ian.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, good morning. Oh, I just got straight through.
Who's that?
I'm Ivor.
Ivor, yes, sir.
I'm just parked right next to the Shrivenham military base, the Seaford base, actually. Just doing a delivery. Yeah, I'm sitting here.
You might get shot if you stay there too long.
Well, they've got the dogs out at the moment. They did have a funny blue light going above it a minute ago, so...
I think they were looking at you. Don't worry, somebody's watching you at this moment and probably listening to you as well. Which would be quite funny.
Yeah. Unsung Heroes.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but the one that used to be on that programme called Paddington Green? The girl there, I think she had a sex change or
Jackie
something.
McAuliffe.
Yeah. She was in here. She came on James Wild's show.
When I first watched that, I mean, I'm a little bit homophobic. I think we all are. But the thing is, when she was telling about her life story and everything, about when she was changing from being the boy to the girl and everything, I mean, it really tugged at my heartstrings.
Yeah, she came in here on James Wild's show. I thought she was quite nice.
Well, when they first started talking about all the people within the series and that, she was going into depth with her life story and everything.
Yeah.
It was so fascinating how she was describing the change from being a boy to a girl. And the relationship with the fact that she could always return to the boy, the protective stage of it.
Yeah.
And I thought for her, but I realised in the end that she was, always destined to be a female, but then there's that entrapment sort.
It is strange. I've always thought that if you undergo a sex change operation, that you'd, like if you're a guy and you turn into a woman, that once you'd had it done, you'd feel like there was a bit of a gap in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was amazing time. Incidentally, you had a program, you were talking about something about a murder. Which had plot a murder about a couple of serious...
That's right, yeah.
I tried to get on. I don't know if you want to hear this story.
Tried to get on what, sorry?
When we were talking about if you've ever plotted a murder. It was last Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was last Friday.
Yeah. Well, this one was when I was at school, and there was about 3 or 4 of us, and we had one bully, a real aggressive, real B, Yeah. And he was the sort of one that walked around and stabbed, one of those compass, sort of, the pointy thing that used to put the pencil in.
He used to stab people with a compass.
Yes,
I knew a victim of one of those attacks.
Yeah, probably the same bloke.
Probably was.
But anyway, we used to have this sort of like weedy bloke, very skinny, glasses, everything. He was always picking him on all the time, and this bloke was absolutely terrified. And I can remember recalling this after we left school, that this weedy bloke and the bully that was always picking on him, this weedy bloke flipped somehow and became really like a nutcase. And he used to go round the bully's house all the time and said, "I've come round for my beating. I want you to beat me up some more. You've always done it to me. Do it now." And it got to the stage where the bully was getting sick and tired of this and giving him a beating and that through you know, the weeks and months of past and everything. But in the end, the weedy bloke became like a nutcase, went really mad and went after him one night with a knife. And the bully was at a party with his girlfriend, and the weedy bloke went to the door, said, "Is he here?" And he said, "Yeah, he's here," and everything. And he goes, "Oh, not you again." And the weed just chased, you know, ran after the bully with this knife, saying, "I'm going to kill you now. You know, you tried to do it to me," and all this. And the bully was so terrified, he actually ran through a plate glass window at the back. You know, one of those...
Yeah.
Like, door, cut to bits. And they had to grab hold of this weedy bloke, you know. I can't mention his name, I know him, you know, and he's actually in a nut house now.
Best place for him, I say.
I think what it was... I think because he was in such fear of his life all the time, it just forced such a change in him that he was so fearful of his life that it just made him flip, and he just actually attacked back. But to the extent where he was actually going to kill this bloke, even though the bloke's lying on the floor pouring with blood and that, you know. Yeah. And I mean, it just brought it home to us. Because even us, as mates now, we used to regard him as a bit of a weed, but, I mean, he just turned out to be you know, what's his name, Mike Myers?
Yeah. Michael Myers in Halloween.
Something like that,
There you go. Ivor, I'm grateful, sir.
Cheers, Emma.
Thank you very much indeed. That's crazy.
Crazy crap.
But it's amazing we're in the year 2000 and the amount of kind of childhood experiences and the effects, detrimental or otherwise, that it has on your life later on, which to me, and I don't think I'm the only one who sees this, are, you know, so darn obvious that something that happens, you know, when you're potentially 1 or 2 years old is, you know, rooted right in there, and, you know, the chain of events, you know, are set into motion. And it's like this is it comes back to, doesn't it, you know, trials of kids who've done things wrong, or people at that age that, you know, as a defence, talk about what happened in the past. And it's just unbelievably written off, this kind of caper. You know? It's like, well, it's no excuse, because, you know...
They did it, so
I went into a home and, you know, when I was a kid, and this happened to me, and then when I got to the age of 17 or 18, I chased a man, you know, with a knife through the street. But my defence is that I had a crap upbringing. Well, it's no defence, really, is it? Well, actually, it's quite a big bloody defence.
Yeah, you're pushed into it.
I'm sorry. Spent 12 years having the crap kicked out of you, and worse...
Will tend to...
Then, you know, it does tend to have a little kind of effects on you. And it's a bit... But I think, you know, going deeper into it than that, or perhaps, you know, just one aspect to that, is that the tiniest thing can set something off.
Of course it can.
And that whole chain of events, and I always come back to that Citizen Kane example. I mean, Ambrose, you must be a Citizen Kane fan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, our man's life screwed up over a sledge.
Sledge, yeah.
Which is essentially what it is, isn't it? I mean, it's
Rosebud, yeah.
Everything, you know, his whole, you know, thought pattern.
Absolutely.
His megalomania, the whole bit, you know.
You can have the whole world, but he just wants his childhood.
All he really wanted was that, and could never understand why it was taken away from him.
Absolutely.
As I could never understand why my pushchair was taken away from me as a kid.
There you are.
Same story. Did I tell that story on air?
No.
I don't think you did.
Oh, well, I've just given something away then. There you are. I was actually a transsexual child, everybody.
Oh.
Well, Jerry. Anyway. Go on, you were going to say?
Well, people say that if you had a bad childhood and they write it off. Yet they don't write it off if somebody's gone to war and they've been tortured for 2 weeks by their enemies. I mean, that torture is just as equally as bad when you're a child and you're getting the crap kicked out of you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't think it's an excuse. I don't think a bad childhood or these kind of seminal experiences we're talking about is an excuse to do what, you know, some people go on to do. But the point is, it is an explanation, and it's an explanation worth listening to. And only in understanding why somebody's done something, particularly, you know, a child, are you ever going to be able to, you know, either hopefully prevent it happening with other people or understand what kind of help that person actually needs.
I mean, you can overanalyse on these things, and there's been a lot of fairly high-profile cases of that where... you know, people have gone back into hypnotherapy and they've been told that they were abused and all sorts of terrible things happened. And remember those cases not so long ago? And I'm sure they still go on from time to time. Oh, yes, you were this definitely happened to you, and your daddy definitely did this to you as a kid. You know, as it transpired, a lot of these cases, you know, didn't happen. And of course, you can go too far. But what always intrigues me is the tiniest of events. I mean, I can think of lots of things in my adult life that, good and bad, you know, areas of my personality that I'd like, you know, you all like to think you get rid of the bad stuff, that I could probably root back to certain individual events and events that have stayed with you. You know, they're locked there in your kind of collective unconscious, and they just kind of, you know, manifest at a time when they're ready to, and that could form part of your ongoing daily makeup, or it might be something that just shoots out at a given moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think one shouldn't exaggerate the power of one tiny thing. But I think the point is that if you have a lot of tiny things that add up, it's a case of a sort of last straw.
But I think the power of one tiny thing is important.
Yeah, I mean, but it sets. What I'm saying is, it kind of sets. You know, if you imagine that, you know, this example's been used before, that a child is, you know, basically a loaded gun, you know, at birth, and it's kind of what will press the trigger, or what will start pressing the trigger. The point is that various experiences, you know, although they're not going to necessarily make or break somebody, in as you say, in conglomeration, in coexistence with other factors, will completely alter the way someone behaves and the way someone lives, and, you know, what someone does. But I think it's a kind of mounting effect rather than just one-off.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. No, that's fine. That's fine. We all sort of more or less agree on that. Yes, put my pram away. Outrageous. Anyway, you got a fax number?
I have. It's 0207 959 7805.
On the telephones, it's 08700 40 50 60. You're listening to Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night, only on TalkSport.
My name's Chris, and I work in the futures market. I'm a single parent. What with work and 2 kids to bring up, where am I going to find someone who's right for me?
TalkSport Matchmaker is the easiest way for TalkSport singles to meet new people. Just tell us the kind of people you'd like to meet and let the MatchLink system go to work, finding a person looking for someone just like you. Enroll in TalkSport's Matchmaker free of charge now on 0808 100 1089 and let us help you find the perfect partner. 0808 100 1089.
Introducing from Australia, Dan Presser of the Sunraysia Natural Beverage Company.
You may have been to Paris, and you may have been to Rome, but have you been down under? It's a long, long way from home. Yet, you all know Aussie Sunshine, and you all know Aussie Sport. And now, Australian Sunraysia Prune Juice will soon be arriving at the port. So if your lifestyle is important, please put Sunraysia to the test. From Australia, clean and green, Sunraysia's the one that will impress. So when you do your weekly shopping, it's only natural to declare, I want my Sunraysia prune juice. So on the shelf, please be there. But if you cannot find Sunraysia, please be patient for a while, because your favourite supermarket will soon have Sunraysia prune juice in the aisle.
You can now find Sunraysia prune juice in the fruit juice aisle of selected Tesco stores. 15 pence of your purchase price of Sunraysia 1 litre bottle prune juice is donated to the Cancer Research Campaign to support their vital cancer research and education.
Real sport for real people on 1089 and 1053 AM. Talk Sport.
On the phones in just a second. We are looking for unsung heroes. A whole crock of those, always grateful, always welcome. Thank you to Andy, who says, Ian, I can't believe that you think Frank Dobson was out of order for saying Ken Livingstone was a liar. I don't think I've ever seen a more clear-cut case for the justification of being called a liar in my life. The man on every occasion, when asked on TV and radio if he would stand as an independent, said repeatedly no. Even last month, he gave a clear assurance on this. Well, I think the problem is, Andy, before I continue with the facts. Yeah. I've got a little tickly thing in my throat. Frog. Is that Frank Dobson was peddling... I mean, for a kick-off, I think Ken Livingstone, his comment about I won't stand as an independent is, at worst, it's a bit hypocritical. Okay? It's I think to call somebody a liar is just perhaps, you know, he told a lie. Who knows? I mean, we don't know that at that time Ken wasn't going to stand as an independent. I mean, you know, you have to allow for that fact that it might have been only in the last couple of weeks that he decided to, and when he said he wasn't going to, perhaps he had no intention of, on the basis that he would be selected as the Labour Party candidate.
Absolutely. We all change our minds as well.
Of course, that's what I mean. You can change your mind. I mean, you know, you can't lock... You know, decisions are as important as that. You can't lock them into stone. But my problem, regardless of whether you want to call him a liar or a hypocrite or duplicitous, whatever, is the way that the term liar was bandied around in such a generic sense, as if Ken lies every day about everything. I mean, and that was really silly. Frank Dobson wheeling himself out, Ken Livingstone has shown himself to be a liar. Well, OK, worst case scenario, he lied on that occasion. I happen to think it was just a hypocritical thing he did, perhaps. But the idea that it was and I think the Labour Party, we talked about this earlier on, have actually stopped the use of the word liar because it's way too strong, it's way out of line, and it's dirty, bloody politics. I think they've got rid of that.
I think they have.
No, they don't want to go down that route anymore. So that's the reason why I was, just staggered that Frank Dobson would wish to use that kind of terminology, because it just seemed to me way over the top and not really appropriate when you're looking at a man who polled 2/3 of the vote. And as Ken Livingstone said himself, if anybody thinks I'm a liar, then you can vote in that way as well and show that by voting for somebody else.
Exactly.
It'll be as simple as that. Anyway, I've also noticed you're very critical of Frank Dobson's style, describing him as a wilf. But one of your biggest criticisms of Tony Blair and New Labour is that it's all about being good on the telly, and that's why everybody's falling for them. And the only reason William Hague doesn't get a look in is because he's got a bald head. So don't you think there's a double standard there? Just because Frank Dobson's got a beard and he doesn't have as much charisma on the telly, therefore he must be crap and not a great candidate. And you've been spun by the master of spin, Ken Livingstone, with his own spin doctor, Derek Draper. Is Derek Draper working with Livingstone?
I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't know anything about that at all.
Don't think so.
Indeed.
There you go, sir.
The point is that I don't think Frank Dobson is a wilf because he's got a beard, and I've never made any comments on that.
No.
I mean, I think the fact is, I don't think Ken Livingstone or anyone else needs lectures from the Labour Party on how quick a politician or a party can change their mind about something.
They've never done it, have they?
I mean, if you ever want to... There's no party in European history that have done what the Labour Party have done over the last couple of years in this country. Some might say fair play, others might argue that it was essential and it needed to happen in order to evolve with the political and economic times. Perhaps there's an argument for that, I don't know. But the point is, there's an awful lot of people who voted for one party and feel they got another one. And my point as regards New Labour has always been, and when I look at these, the kind of the top bods on the front bench, whether it's Prescott or Jack Straw, Meacher, any of that lot who were so rooted in the left-wing kind of philosophy of life and have now transpired to be not just, to the kind of John Major right, shall we say, but sometimes even further. And that's what I find staggering. I'm not denying anybody's right to move with the times. I'm not suggesting nobody's got a right to alter their belief, nor am I saying that, it's not possible to perhaps, grow and sophisticate an opinion to the point where it manifests as maybe something else. Of course it can. Otherwise, if we stay where we are and we're not willing to learn and change, then, of course, we all stand still at some point, and that's crazy too. But I'm just a little cynical of the monumental changes in the New Labour Party and the characters that are involved in it. It's nothing to do with Frank Dobson having a beard. I believe the man was coerced by the Prime Minister, or certainly by the Labour Party, which is essentially the Prime Minister, into standing. I don't believe it's a job he particularly wanted to do, and I don't feel that he's a conviction politician that would do it very well. But that's not to say that I think any of those things because the man has a beard.
Well, you'd be silly to...
Yes, and
cast your vote on the fact of
believe me, there's not one candidate I've seen up there, of all the ones, that I could honestly say I find 100% credible. And I'll put Ken in that as well.
Yeah, but you're never going to find 100% credible from any politician.
But that's the difficulty, isn't it? When you're voting for something, I look at that effort from the Lib Dems and I think, what's all that about? And then you look at kind of, dear old Ken, and he's lovable and cuddly and, and I am a bit concerned that maybe, the sort of the myth or the legend that is Ken Livingstone perhaps comes before the... reputation before the man and stuff. And I look at Frank and I just think, wheeled out by the Labour Party for Labour Party policies and not policies for the city.
Yeah, well, there you are.
On your personal vision, although I think you should recognise that not everybody on this planet is supposed to go through this process for many different reasons, such as reincarnation. But even if you don't believe in that, there are still many reasons why certain things happen to certain souls in the journey of life. So stop being such an arsehole to myth and generally arrogant about your experience, says Andy.
Thank you, Andy. I can stick up for myself, mate.
Yeah, well, he doesn't like... What I don't even know what he's talking about. Is he on about my vision?
I don't know.
On your personal vision? Is he on about my energy?
Oh, your seeing of energy.
Oh, yeah.
I can still stick up for myself, mate.
Well, no, I'm being if the word is arsehole, then the word is arsehole. I'm going to obviously stick by what I saw, and anybody who argues against it, has simply no right to do so, because I know what I saw. Well, if you... End of story.
No, you think you know what you saw.
What do I think I know what I saw?
Let's not get into that again, but you still... Just because you think you saw something, it doesn't make you an arsehole.
Anyway, we'll do some more faxes in just a second, and, because you've got some there.
I've got some from Mark in Edinburgh, I've got some from Marie, and I've got some from the fabulous Baker Boys.
Fabulous, all to come, and the phones as well. Don't go away. Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night on TalkSport 08700 40 50 60. The lines are open.
Updates from the Sky News Centre, 1089 and 10:53 a.m. Talk Sport.
Good morning, it's 3 o'clock. I'm Ricky Sam on the Talk Sport News headlines. Soccer idol taken ill, baby dies from meningitis, and Arsenal and Leeds in UEFA last 8. The former footballer George Best is being treated in hospital with liver problems. The 53-year-old is reported to be in London's Cromwell Hospital. Best's agent has denied claims the former Manchester United star collapsed and says he'd planned to see doctors this week. A judge is due to decide later whether Ian Brady should have the right to die. The Moors murderer wants to be allowed to starve himself to death in hospital. Brady was convicted of killing 3 children in 1966. An inquiry is being held after a toddler died after being taken to 3 different hospitals before being treated for meningitis. Tyler Foster, who was nearly 2, died after a 60-mile journey in search of an intensive care bed. He was originally transferred from Grantham and District Hospital. Bosses there have launched an internal investigation. Academic selection could soon end at Britain's oldest grammar school, Ripon College. The result of a ballot of 3,000 parents will be announced later. Grammar school supporter Ian Pringle believes they're winning the argument.
It would seem a tragedy when the thrust of government policy appears to be raising educational standards, to be getting rid of schools like the grammar school, which do achieve consistently such good academic results.
TalkSport weather, any rain in Scotland will clear, dry with bright or sunny spells everywhere else. Highs between 11 and 16 degrees. In sport, it's been a great night for Premiership teams in Europe. Arsenal and Leeds are both through to the quarter-finals of the UEFA Cup. Leeds beat Roma 1-0 on aggregate thanks to a goal by Harry Kewell, and Arsenal had a 6-3 win over Deportivo La Coruña, despite losing 2-1 in Spain. Emil Heskey is set to become a Liverpool player in the next 24 hours. The strikers agreed to move to Anfield in an £11 million deal from Leicester City. Paolo Di Canio has been fined £5,000 and severely censured after being found guilty of making an obscene gesture towards an Aston Villa player. The West Ham striker was charged by the FA following an incident in the Premiership match at Upton Park in January. West Brom have named Gary Megson as the new boss at the Hawthorns. Megson takes over from Brian Little, who was sacked earlier this week. And cricket, Ronnie Irani has been named as the new Essex skipper for the forthcoming season. The all-rounder takes over from Nasser Hussain, who stepped down to concentrate on his England commitments. TalkSport News time, 3 minutes past 3.
Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night on 1089 and 10:53 a.m. Talk Sport.
Okay, bozos. Now, if you failed to catch the last show, hey, you missed some of this.
I'm the best-looking person I've ever known work on the radio. I'm sorry. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. I work with some ugly mothers. Always have done. No matter wherever I've worked, every single one of them, male or female, moose.
You also missed this.
There should be a Judge Dredd mentality that's employed to certain areas of the police force. Like the 13-year-old, I'd tell you what I'd have done, actually. Forget the dog. I'd have taken him back to the van. I'd have opened the door of the van, and I'd have just put your hand there, and I'd just gone smash with the door and crushed his knuckles. That's what I'd have done. Crushed his knuckles.
And you missed some of this.
What's promotion after a vicar? Like, where do you go to from a vicar?
It's basically you get to be in charge of kind of local vicars. It's what they call an archdeacon. For you.
So don't miss out, kids. You never know what's about to happen. Thank you.
Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night.
Look, Jerky, I don't need to talk to you.
Brace yourself.
We return. It's Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night. Voice of the Common Man, and that's the name of the website as well, voiceofthecommonman.com. It's voiceofthecommonman.com. Let's go here to this line. Hello, Talk Sport.
Hello.
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 Who's that?
Ian?
Yeah, who's that?
It's Russ.
Hello, Russ.
All right, mate.
How are you?
I know about the once a week rule. I was just ringing up to say really sort of goodbye and good luck to Pete.
Pete.
He will genuinely be missed.
He will.
Russ. Thanks,
genuinely.
mate.
From the bottom of our pants, he will be missed.
Yeah, I just hope, well, as you know, as things go, but I mean, I just hope nobody else goes like just yet, like, you know.
Well,
as soon as you're getting used to someone, they sort of just disappear, you know what I mean?
It's amazing, isn't it?
I don't know. Can I just say hi to me, my mate Stu, who's doing nights.
Stu?
For the security,
Second name, Pot.
Stu Pot, that's it.
That's the one. All right, Russ.
Nice one.
You take it easy. 08700 40 50 60. Hello, TalkSport. Beautiful.
That was a wet one.
Can you do it with your mouth? Hello, TalkSport.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right.
I got put on hold a while back and got cut off, so I just ran back to ask the panel.
Yes.
Would they agree anyway? I'm ringing from Tower Hamlets, sorry.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, just stay there a second. Don't go away, because we're going to get back to you. Right, TalkSport, hello.
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 I'm on the radio.
Who's this?
It's Colin Smith.
Colin. Hello, Colin.
Hello.
Welcome to our show.
Am I on the radio or not?
Yes, sir.
I'm on the radio at the moment.
Oh, yes.
Am I? I've got a joke to tell.
We don't do jokes.
No, you don't do jokes.
No.
Can I talk about football then?
Eh?
Can I talk about football?
Which team?
West Ham.
That's not football. Let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello?
Who's that?
It's Laura here again.
You called once before.
No, I can.
You called once before.
It cut me off. It didn't give
No,
me
it didn't cut you off. You put the phone down. You told us you put a cucumber in your mouth and you put the phone down.
He put the phone down on me.
No.
I did.
That's not true.
You're a liar. I just want to ken if he kens. I heard that Ian kens Livingston.
I ken Livingston.
Aye.
Well, I don't ken him, but I ken him.
Well, it's a terrible place to get out of, man.
I think you're right.
Aye. Listen, but I want to, give my something like this. Never going to get the answer to. Right?
Go on.
Right? I want to ask him a question. It's never going to get the answer to. I want to know.
You're talking to him?
What a virgin is. What's a virgin?
What's a virgin?
Aye.
I think a virgin, it's like a big sort of aeroplane with a sort of a red and white logo.
No.
Yeah.
But first of all, what are you asking? I'll come for a gin for you any day.
Will you?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Me and you, Laura.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Glaswegian lasses.
Can I speak to my darling Ian? It's not Laura, it's Yvonne.
Oh, Yvonne.
Yeah.
I thought you said Laura.
Oh, no, it's Yvonne. I'm Laura's sister.
I think you're two people.
Oh, maybe...
Have you been treated for this?
Oh, no.
No?
I've been treated for many things.
Have you?
Oh, yeah, and people's treated me in many ways.
Really?
Yeah, and tasted me in many ways.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, well, a lot of people... Oh, see, you men, you just have to spice up your sex life.
Yes.
So why don't you try an icebreaker?
An icebreaker?
Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, do I know what an icebreaker is?
A pickaxe.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, who was that who was speaking there?
There's a cross line, I think.
Does she want to join us?
Well, let's hope so.
Oh, does she?
That's every man's fantasy.
Oh, every man's fancy. Oh, you can tickle my fancy any day. Male or women, doesn't bother me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I look forward to that. When are you coming down to London?
London?
Yeah.
Would you want me to come down?
Well, you'd have to. It doesn't stretch that far.
Does it not?
Even though you are in Glasgow.
Oh, well, as I said, well, you couldn't come up anyway, couldn't you?
Well, I don't know.
You'd have to come down.
I think you would.
Oh, because you can't come up, can you?
I know. Anyway, listen, it's good talking to you.
I think this is getting a little bit...
You haven't said nothing yet,
I'll just be having wet dreams tonight, won't you?
Sorry? Yeah, I will.
You'll be having a little wet dreamy.
Constantly.
Snorgasm.
Constantly.
Snorgasm.
Constantly.
That means you'll be having a snorgasm.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, that's only wet dream you'll have, baby.
Listen, why don't you call me next week?
Next week?
And we'll arrange a time.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, the time, the date? Oh.
Yeah.
No,
We'll
no
do that.
thanks. I don't like people who snore. Bye.
Bye. There we are.
There's a woman who inhales helium regularly.
Yeah, dirty cow. Right, let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Good morning, Ian.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
All right, what do you got for us?
Not a great deal. Just thought I'd phone up and have a chat.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I got some... Oh, it's all right. It's Jules. How you doing?
I'm all right, Jules, yeah.
Yeah.
We knew it was Jules.
Ambrose is there, is he?
Ambrose is here.
Yeah. Have you watched the film Dead Man Walking?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Now, It's a weird film.
It's a crap film.
It's
a great film.
It's not crap.
It's awful.
I didn't think it was crap, but I felt really sorry for the bloke.
I cried.
Although what he did...
You cried?
Yeah. That was just one of the saddest films I've ever seen.
Is that
like
Pete?
Yeah, I loved it.
It's Pete.
Yeah, I must admit I was a bit choked up. I mean, he'd done the worst horrendous crime.
You didn't know that till the
ever.
end, though, did you?
No, you didn't. But
Well, thanks for giving it away, Jules. I ain't seen it yet.
Oh, well, it's a bit like the Titanic. You know,
So was that last caller.
I'm surprised. I bet you got a phone number off air, did you, Pete?
Oh, yeah. Like you'd want that, wouldn't you, eh?
Oh, gee, yeah.
Go the same way as Mr. Claypole.
No, it was. It's funny that you can. Although you know that crime is horrendous.
Yeah.
It was that. Well, I thought it was that good a film. You still felt sorry for him, the fact that he was going to die. You know. And
What, a bit like those Benetton ads?
Sorry.
Those Benetton ads that are featuring
yeah, death row
faces
people.
of serial killers.
In Sarah. Oh,
Sorry?
Good morning, Good morning, Rather.
Good morning.
Yeah. Are those the ones where there's just like
Yeah.
one bloke on
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what they were. By the time I go past, I drive that quick, they're just a little
I was
blur.
at that speed.
Yeah. Anyway, any chance I can be put back to Peach? Please.
Any chance you can what?
Be put back to Peach.
No problem at all.
Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon.
Stay there, Jules. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, 08700 40 50 60. Let's do this line here. Hi, TalkSport.
How do you do?
Hello.
Who's speaking, please?
What do you mean, who's speaking? Who's this?
Is that Pete?
No, it's Ian.
Oh, hi, Ian. I'm on air.
Who's this?
This is Eddie in Manchester.
Hello, Eddie.
Unsung Heroes.
Yes, sir.
The professor, the prof.
Yes.
From Vision On. You've got a common bond with the guy.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Go on.
You actually worked with him. I actually had a laugh with myself. I was going to call you when you played a hermaphrodite, but you played a hemovore.
Yeah.
It was Sylvester McCoy, the Seventh Doctor.
No, it weren't.
Yes, it was.
No, it weren't.
Do you know, I think it was.
I think it was,
Yes, it was.
Prof.
No, it
Yeah.
weren't. The original...
It's written up in various Doctor Who books. I'm a bit of an anorak, you know.
I can tell that, but I guarantee you the original...
I'm not as a big anorak as you, Miff, please.
Anorak.
So you don't reckon it was Sylvester McCoy?
No, I definitely weren't. I'm more of a duffel coat man, I think. But no,
he did do it.
Barber.
He might well have done it, but the original prof was an extremely tall, skinny man, and it certainly wasn't Sylvester McCoy.
Well, Sylvester McCoy's not a big bloke.
No, but the original prof...
Sylvester McCoy originally was the prof, the animated guy who used to put wheels round him and all that.
No.
And he'd go with him round. Well, give him a call, Ian. You've probably got his number.
He was a top bloke. I remember that. He was like one of the. When I did sort of a lot of that kind of work, he was one of the few sort of principals of anything that actually just kind of sat with us and had a
That's right. I mean,
dinner.
Miff might be right that he may not have been the first one because Vision On went through various generations.
It did, yeah.
But yes, he definitely was the one that I remember.
He might be in a later one, but he certainly weren't the original one.
And who was the woman, the main presenter of Vision On? Who was she? Was her name Jan somebody?
Oh, I don't know. I can't.
And what the heck's she doing now?
I'd only be about 7 or 8 at the time.
Yeah, well, me too. But I mean, I don't know what she's,
Yeah. But anyway, Pete, good luck to his future.
Absolutely.
I hope he's going to be absolutely superb. He will be.
All right, Eddie.
Anyway, I won't waste any more of your time.
No problem.
Cheers for
You
your
take
time
care.
Anyway.
Ta-da. Yeah, it's because it's like you'd have thought. Because there's one woman that does all the sort of signing on those shows. Can't remember her name, but she's a sort of dark-haired woman, and she always appears on, whether it's down at the Labour Party conference doing the signing.
I know
the one?
Yeah.
Whether it's on a few of those Sunday morning things, it's kind of always so. And you'd have thought the woman from the Vision On show would have sort of had that gig, although she's no spring chicken now, but that doesn't stop you doing sign language.
I've always wanted to do that.
Or sign language.
I would love to do it. I've been, times I've been on the tube, and there's been like deaf folks signing to one another on the tube, and I'm fascinated because you could listen in on the conversations, couldn't you? And then join in. I would love to do, and then I'd love to teach people how to sign. I think I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm going to go to night school and learn it.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to give something back to the community.
Something back to the community. Use 2 signs you can do already.
And use them regularly.
I was going to say, you give those back on a fair rate of knots. Can you sign, Sarah?
I can't, no.
Not at all?
No. I remember at school it was very fashionable at one stage to learn how to do the alphabet, just the basic sign alphabet.
Oh, right,
As opposed to the sort of sophisticated signing. And I remember being able to do some of the alphabet at some point, but I can't remember it now.
I know.
That's I.
Yes.
That's V.
I can do one, which is...
What does that mean?
F off.
Does it really?
No, I just suddenly do. I
just made it up.
No, that's true. That's true. That's one I...
That's what I said, is it really?
Yeah.
What did you say no for, then?
I was joking.
So it is?
It is, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
It's a cool one, isn't it?
Crikey. I like that.
It's great, isn't it?
Brilliant. Always useful. Let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, can I speak to Ian, please?
Speaking.
Hello, Ian.
Who's that?
It's John.
Yes, John.
John from London. I'd just like to say, you're going on about Ken Livingstone, and Frank Dobson about how maybe he's not a liar, but he's hypocritical. Well, I have to say, I believe you are hypocritical.
Go on.
For the simple reason, do you remember last time you were having a discussion about people being ugly?
Yes.
You have Tom Watts, separated a birth brother, sitting opposite you there.
I beg your pardon?
I'll tell you what, that is the ugliest bloke I have ever seen in my life. And you never mentioned him once.
Do you know what, John? I've got to concede to this. I think you got a point, mate. I bow to that. Well, that's a fair bit of criticism. And
I'm sorry, Miff. I've seen you on Talk Radio talking to all them old...
You see me on Talk Radio?
Not Talk Radio.
On TV, yeah.
On live. Was it?
Live TV, yeah.
Live TV, that's it. Sorry. And you're really ugly, mate. Honestly. I'm sorry.
Not.
Oh, you are, Miff. Honestly, have you checked the mirror lately?
I'm mortally wounded. I'll tell you what, the amount of birds lately that's come up to me and said you're a right good-looking geezer. Unbelievable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, did Al have a red and white stick?
Yes.
No, honestly...
Do you hang around the RNIB, don't you?
I know I ain't no love muffin, but I ain't too bad in the old boat
In this defence, I have to say I do not think he's an ugly man.
No, I'm with John on it. John, it's me and you against the world on this one, John.
Leave me out.
I'm glad you stuck with me, Ian.
Believe me, I'm there with you.
Sarah's being her usual polite...
No, I'm not. Believe me.
Oh, yes, you
I'm not.
If Sarah could insult me, she would.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think John's got a point. In the physog department, I think you're -2.
He is Tom Watt's brother, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's Tom Watt?
Tom Watt.
Who's Tom Watt?
I've got no idea.
All right, this is just a prime-time presenter of TalkSport. That's
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought it was someone on TV.
Well, he is on TV as well.
All right, sorry.
Okay, all the best to Pete, and I'll see you around.
Good on you, John.
See, this is the problem as well.
What?
Hold on a minute. Now, number one, I look like Tom Watt. Separated above. Number two, I look like... What was his name off EastEnders?
Tony the gay guy.
Tony the gay guy.
You do look like him.
Who's the other merchant you reckon I look like?
A German tourist.
It was a German tourist.
Yeah.
Oh, all sorts of manner of things. You put them combinations together, none of those people look alike. So how can I look like all those people?
No, it can be elements. They can be resemblances.
Yeah, it's one of those, kind of... What are they called, those identikit pictures? Yeah.
But I don't look like any remotely.
No, you've got the glasses of Tom Watt, the sexuality of Tony from EastEnders, and the... I don't know what you got, really.
Oh, dear.
But no, in your defence, I mean, I've got to say, in the young maiden department, I mean, there's a bit of a queue around the Mifster at the moment. It's got to be said.
And there has been for many years, I'll have you know.
There's, well, I wouldn't go that far, but...
They usually do.
But yeah, he's a very popular lad.
Hold on, if you stuck me and Tom Watt together, I've got to be 10 in front of him in the boat department.
You think so?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's bring the lads in.
Yeah, but you've never been on
He's
EastEnders.
just a dinghy.
There's the big difference.
No, I've not been on EastEnders.
Yeah, what do you think? Scott, what do you think?
I
mean, if you were gay,
I can see what you
if you were gay, would you go out with Miff or Tom Watt?
It'd have to be Miff.
You go with Miff.
Yeah,
Ambrose, if you were gay, would you go with Miff or Tom Watt?
It's got to be Miff.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is Pete there?
Yeah.
Pete, what do you reckon, Pete? If you were gay,
if I was gay,
would you go to Miff or Tom Watt?
Oh, it's got to be Miff.
Yeah?
It's got to be Miff. Got to go with Miff, I'm afraid, on that
If
one.
you were gay, would you go out with me or Tom Watt?
No, Tom Watt.
Get out!
Tom Watt, seriously.
You're just going for the money.
Tom Watt. I would. Sarah, if you were gay, would you go with Miff or
I
Tom
haven't
Watt?
seen Tom Watt, at least I don't remember seeing Tom Watt. I'm sorry.
He looks like him over there.
Do you remember Lofty in EastEnders?
No, I don't watch EastEnders.
Well, I don't know, I just asked.
So what was the score? What was the score? Who said Miff and who didn't?
Everybody said Miff. And I'm sure I'd say Miff if I'd seen Tom Watt.
No, Tom Watt, definitely.
He's an ugly mama.
Yeah, Tom Watt.
Do you think I look like Tom Watt?
There are resemblances.
Oh,
there are slight resemblances.
There are. No, they're not so slight, actually. They're not so slight.
They are they're minuscule.
Minuscule.
Out of old tosh.
So anyway, we've got some facts. Let me just do this one. Don't you dare say this is too long. It just seems it because it's written in capitals, which take more space. What a feeble argument that is, if ever I heard one.
It's just going to be the phantom facts, are it?
Good morning, taxpayers. I finally got me a job.
Way,
well, that's good news.
yeah.
Excellent. I know it's not much. Some might even say that it's not a very good job, but I say somebody's got to do it. And at least now I've got my dignity back. I can walk with my head held high and proudly say I'm a monkey semen collector.
What?
Did we hear his facts before we read?
Maybe he's working in a lab. And you should see the guy I'm working for. He's such a character, larger than life, with a great big booming voice, 6 gold teeth and gold rings on every finger. He's even got a 7-foot leather whip in case we misbehave. What a guy. However, I haven't completely understood why he insists that I do my collecting without using my hand. Oh, I can't go. Is he expecting us to read this out?
Is this Phantom?
Yeah.
No.
He got the ump because we didn't read his facts out, and then he rang up last night.
No decorum at all.
But we can't go down that kind of
monkey business.
Yeah, because it's like did the last line. Did he really think so? Anyway, it comes from the Phantom Facts. He says if Pete leaves, who's going to not know the answer to all of Dominic's really difficult trivia?
That's very true.
That's a very good point, actually. Redeemed.
Here we go. Strain things in the mouth. My friend can fit his fist in his mouth, and he's got big hands. Not only that, but he can also fit the top of a pint glass in his mouth.
Oh, my life.
There's a picture of him doing it on the internet, and he's going to go and have a look for it in a minute and send it to you. Watch this space. By the way, what's your email address again? Mark in Edinburgh.
Mark, you can do it through the website, which is voiceofthecommonman.com, or you can go iCollins@talksport.co.uk.
Could you repeat that, please?
iCollins@talksport.co.uk.
Thank you very much.
Or go through the website, which is voiceofthecommonman.com. Sarah?
Yeah, I've got a fax from the Reverend, Alan Blizzard, and he says, I saw a review of films you can see at the dentist, hosted by Jonathan Floss. Here they are.
Yay.
Don't get half of these, but anyway. Dog Decay Afternoon.
As in Dog Day Afternoon.
Oh, right, okay. Killer Driller.
Yeah.
Deep Throat. Gums, the story of a geriatric shark starring Michael Novocaine.
Oh, great.
The Filling Fields.
Yep.
A Bridge Too Far. The Great Gatsby. The Extractoral Cyst, which I think is quite good. Molar Ball. And Plaque Day at Hanging Rock.
Hey.
Yes.
There we are. Thank you, Reverend.
Very good. Thank you,
And
Reverend.
we've got just a very quick fax from Lynn, who's asking why we've changed our fax number recently and wants to know what pages of the fax that she sent us on the 7th of March we received, which is slightly ambitious, and wants us to repeat the fax number slowly. So, Miff, what is it?
I've no idea what we received on the 7th of March, but anyway, the fax number is...
The fax number is 0207 959 7805. I'll repeat that. It is 0207 959 7805.
Which presumably she knows, given that she just faxed us, but anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. What's going on there, Lynn?
Who knows?
Yeah. Miff.
This is from the Fabulous Baker Boys.
Hey.
Dear soon-to-be pop-up less crew. 'Tis a dark night, a night that will go down in the annals of history. 'Tis the night that Pete Harris bows farewell to the nation, to leave us for pastors new in search of a greater dream, a dream that only he can find and fulfill.
Yes.
Hold on, what are we going on about? A nurse? What the hell do you thinking of? You're chucking away a rock and roll lifestyle for a mundane city, man. Think about it again. But what we all have to say to you is farewell, and we all will hear from you again one day. After all, tomorrow is just another day. P.S. Matchstick Galleon. As in, something Armada, what do you say?
Groovy Armada. Yeah, thank you very much,
Galleon.
Fabulous Baker Boys. Yeah, don't worry about it, you wouldn't understand that. It's
an in thing.
It was a good gag.
In with who?
Everybody.
What do you mean it's an in? Well, explain the bloody thing then, because I don't think anybody else understood it.
No.
No, because I always say Groovy Armada.
When?
And,
constantly.
I always say it.
I've never ever heard you say that.
I've never heard you say that.
I always say Groovy Armada. It's my catchphrase.
It does.
I've never ever heard you say Groovy Armada.
Really?
What, on this show?
Groovy Armada, yeah.
Never.
What are you on?
I always say
never
that.
heard you
I've
say
never
that.
ever heard you say Groovy Armada.
You're not being attentive.
Yeah.
Well, how is it an in-joke then?
No, retentive.
Instead of Groovy Armada,
Yes.
Armada being a flotilla
Yes.
of boats, he's saying Matchstick Galleon.
Get it?
As in a boat made out of matchsticks. A crap boat made out of...
That's hilarious.
It was
No, I don't get that at all.
It was
I'm going to
a
do a
great-
Pete here. How does the Groovy replace the matchstick?
How does the matchstick replace a groovy?
Yes.
Instead of it being a groovy armada, meaning it's a good flotilla of ships, it's a little matchstick model thing made of a galleon.
No.
Well, they should have said crap galleon then.
Oh, I'd crap galleon, but don't blame me for what they've written.
Well, it's groovy. I'm sorry.
Well, it could be groovy as in indented, I guess, and then it could be matchstick.
It could be. Yeah, that could be that. But I've never heard you say it.
No.
I always say that. Always. People are always having a go at me saying, "Can you stop saying that stupid?"
Who says that? Who does?
People. Just people.
Groovy armada.
What, you mean callers or?
No, like friends and stuff.
I never heard you say that. I don't think you've ever used it on the air.
No.
You have.
I've used it
Obviously once.
Seriously, man, I use it like 10 times a night.
No, you do not.
You don't.
Groovy armada.
I always.
Where did it come from then?
It's just something that's serious, something really stupid.
So what's the big thing about it being an in-joke between you two?
No, I do in-joke amongst
regular listeners.
It's amongst everyone. It's not an in-joke then, is it really? It's amongst everybody, if it's that common.
I'm sorry.
But where did you get it from?
Because Groovy Armada, almost that band, you know, what's it called? Groovy Armada, yeah, and I always say Groovy Armada.
What band?
Groove Armada.
I couldn't, there's no explanation for it, I just say it all the time. I just made it up.
Well, I like it. I wish you'd said it more.
I think it's hilarious, yeah.
Groovy Armada.
You can't leave now.
It should win awards, actually.
You can't leave now, but I've never heard you say it. That proves how much I've listened to you over the years, isn't it?
Exactly.
Go on. Anyway, quick one from Marie says, thank you, Pop-Up Pete, for the 2 years. We're sad to see you go. Lots of love, Marie. Sarah, please give Petey a kiss from me. I know he's not had... What?
Not had
I know he's not had a bath, but blow a kiss at him anyway.
Yes.
Go on, blow him one.
Yes. There you go.
Go on, blow me one, Sarah. I'm weak at the knees.
Groovy Armada.
Yeah.
Marie,
thank you very, very much for your gift. I was really, really, really pleased about that.
So turn up tonight.
Thanks, Marie.
Bottle of champagne.
Seriously, thank you very much. It was lovely.
It was really nice. And some after eights too.
Really nice, yeah.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Marie.
Beautiful. Yeah, lovely thought that.
It's very nice, and we thank you.
Yeah.
I thank you.
Couldn't send us 10 grand, could you, Marie? I'm really short at the moment. Got to get my bathroom done. 08700 40 50 60. Lines are open, bunches of stuff. We've got the faxes, we've got everything else. We're just short pause here. Then we're back. In the studio with us is Miss Miff Daniels. Sarah Mulvey is here. Ambrose Heron, of course, is here, which is fantastic.
Top
and
man.
Film Detail on its way in about an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Scott's here, Pete's here, everybody's here. We're on the phones, which are chock at the moment. Keep on trying. Bell us on that number, 08700 40 50 60, or fax us
on 0207 959 7805.
You crazy fools. They know where you are, and they know where to get you. TalkSport detector vans have the technology to find you and give away over £1,000 each day. This morning, if one of our detector...
Sunraysia Natural Beverage Company. Here's Grandma Ruby.
They seek
antioxidant, vitamin C and dietary fibre. Now you can help Sunraysia raise £250,000 for the Cancer Research Campaign. Look for the new logo of the Cancer Research Campaign on every bottle of Sunraysia prune juice. 5 pence of your purchase price of Sunraysia 250ml prune juice is donated to the Cancer Research Campaign to support their vital cancer research and education. Sunraysia prune juice is now available from selected Tesco stores.
They're the biggest football club on earth. They're champions of Europe and feared the world over.
And United are back in the old routine.
Manchester United.
And a chance to score. Yes! There's a chance for United, and Giggs has scored. Drops on the edge of the area. So, what a brilliant goal. Wonderful header. Keane has scored from the rebound.
There's only one place that you can listen to full match commentary of all Manchester United's European games, live and exclusively on your team leader.
Well, if the supporters were anxious, that anxiety has been swept away.
Think football, talk sport.
Goodbye, Pete. Well, where do we begin? Well, how about at the beginning? I remember when Pete used to come and used to wash my car, cut my lawn, used to polish my garden gnomes. And one day he said, "Hey, Mike, I'd love to work on the creatures. Do you think Ian would like me?" I said, "Probably not. You got funny hair and trousers the size of bloody Merseyside." But I thought, hey, you're a nice kid. Come on in. And, well, I was proven wrong. Ian did like you. Probably a little bit too much, but hey, that's another story. But grown up. You're a big boy. You're 20 years old now. And it's time for you to leave the nest. We're very proud of you, Ian. Ian? Pete. Sorry? Who? What? What? Go away, go away! Bye, Pete. Sorry. No, I'm still in here. Leave me alone. Yes, Pete, I would like to leave you with my trademark.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever want to talk sport management, get up to... that's the programme manager for you, Mr. Mike Hanson. Little tribute there to...
Oh, man, Mike Hanson.
Wasn't that very nice?
That was lovely. I wasn't even expecting that either.
Actually, he's going to Canada later on today.
Yeah.
For a week.
Oh, I love Mikey Hanson. What top man.
Yes.
Top man.
Top man. Isn't that beautiful?
That was fabulous.
His own tribute.
It was a surprise as well. Didn't expect that.
No, there you go.
Beauty.
Fantastic. Right, let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello.
Hello, who's that?
It's Kat.
Kat, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm all right.
Good. Who's that?
Ian.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Good. I just want to say goodbye to Pete, really.
Do you?
Pete? Goodbye, Kat.
Hiya, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Not too bad.
Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, then?
Being busy girl and all that.
A busy girl and all that?
I'm getting really confused with the delay on the radio.
That's why you have to switch your radio on.
I have now. It's okay.
Excellent. Cool. So what have you been doing?
Well, I've been doing orthopedics and pediatrics and
geriatrics.
So now psychiatry, which is really scary.
Psychiatry.
Yeah, there are lots of mad people out there.
Don't we know it?
Madder than Mrs. Mad, in fact.
We're all here, you see. That's that's the thing.
Mm.
It's amazing what the life of a hospital porter, and you get to do all of that.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello. Hi, Kat.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. I've never
done
met
that
you
bit,
before.
haven't we? No.
That's right. There's a lot of how are yous and hello, and it's all very pleasant, this, isn't it, Kat?
It is.
Come on, shock us with some news.
Really,
What did you tell us last time you called?
I think I was talking about my bloke.
Yeah. What were you getting married or something?
No.
What was happening?
No. I was, being dossed upon as usual.
Dossed upon.
That's one way of putting it.
What was wrong with him?
Oh, he was a plonker.
Was he? What
Yeah.
was it? Was he a doctor?
Yes, he was.
That was it. I remember. Yes, I remember now. Yeah. And everybody liked him.
There's been someone else since then.
Is he a doctor?
Yeah, he was a senior doctor.
Was he?
Mm.
Was he married?
Divorced.
Right. You're still smoking, I see.
Yeah.
So he was. And how old was he?
He was 36.
It's a bit old, isn't it?
It was a tad old, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Because when we were going to hook up, me and you.
We were never going to hook up.
You said I was too old.
Never, ever.
You were trying, and
I was so not trying.
And I don't blame you.
Rude.
I don't blame you for that at all. That's fair enough.
No, not after seeing those dodgy trainers in that OK magazine. I'm sorry, but no.
I thought the trainers were the best part about that outfit.
They were actually. The seat was very dodgy.
The trainers were better than the
suit was way dodgy. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, I didn't pick it. I can't blame myself for that.
But I've met Pete since then, and Pete's very sexy.
You met Pete?
I have.
We did the college.
Oh right, sorry, yeah, of course. So what am I talking about?
The special exclusive interview or something like that.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's a very sexy boy.
He's very sexy, isn't he?
You're not bad yourself, Kat.
There you go.
Yes.
So listen.
Ooh, la la.
So what are you going to do now? Go on to the next doctor?
Possibly.
Yeah. But they've all messed you up.
The next radio DJ.
No, I'm too old.
I'm talking about you.
Thanks. It's really kind of you. No, the reason I questioned the 36 is because when you were flirting with me once before and
I was never
trying to take me out, you said 33 was too old, and you've gone and got out with a 36-year-old.
How old are you, Kat?
I'm 24.
And you think 33 is too old?
No, I was just saying that to Ian because he was flirting really badly.
I was not.
You
were trying to pull me.
Pete? Can I have some backup here?
Yeah, well...
She was trying to pull you.
To pull me?
No, Kat was saying I was trying to pull her.
Well, you are a bit like that sometimes.
I am.
Thank you.
I tell you what, Kat, I do not lead the showbiz lifestyle that...
No, because you're never in a K magazine and you're never going to show those parties and things.
No, never.
Never.
See, if you you should go to a showbiz party with Pete.
That'd be a nice idea. We should do that one night, Kat.
Okay, Pete.
We should go to a showbiz party together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I find one to go to.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, when you finally find one. There you go.
Pete fitted in very nice down the student union bar, actually.
Sorry?
Pete fitted in very nice down the student union bar.
Did he?
Is that the right
A lot of things he hasn't told us here.
An
awful lot of things he hasn't told us.
What?
Like you even met this person.
This was for the
It never was a mention that it was Kat.
This was for the college thing.
Yeah, never. So a medical student wants to interview a man who works in the media.
This was for the college thing. I told you about it, remember?
Yeah.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
But number one, you didn't say it was Kat.
I thought you knew, because the email went through you, didn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah, I gave it to you.
When Kat first emailed, didn't you, Kat? Didn't you email Ian to pass on to me?
I did.
Yeah, and I passed you the email, but it
So, I thought you knew.
didn't say Kat.
It did, didn't it, Kat? It said Kat, didn't it, at the top?
So why, as a medical
believe it
student, did you want to interview somebody in radio?
Because I work for the student union magazine.
Right.
Where are
okay.
you at university?
And hang on a second. So this supposedly took place. Hang on. This supposedly took place in a bar in Camden.
No.
This interview.
No, we were going to meet at a pub in
We were
Camden.
going to go to Camden, but we went to this student bar place.
Right.
No, we were going to go somewhere. No, I was going to take Pete somewhere really nice because I had like a budget and stuff.
Did you?
And then the bar that we went to, the bar that we were going to go to was really busy and it was too noisy for my like mini disc thing.
Right.
We went to the student union bar instead, and he was a big hit.
It was all thoroughly.
So where is the magazine anyway?
Thoroughly professional.
Where's the manifestation of this mag?
It's in circulation.
Well, why haven't we got a copy?
Is it? Have you done it yet?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You mean you haven't sent him a copy?
No, because Pete's impossible to get hold of. He's a very busy chap.
Well, yeah, you usually do it through a letterbox, you know, a copy when you send something, through the postal system.
Well, I haven't got an address for Pete's.
Well, you can email
All you have to do is
then.
ring the show and say, can I have your address because I want to send you a magazine.
You know how hard it is to get through to your show, guys?
I know.
Seriously.
I know.
Email
But
it,
you'll
it's
find a
very
way.
popular.
Listen, you are so mad for me that you will find a way to get there in the end, Kat.
Not at all.
Don't you kid
You haven't got a
yourself.
medical degree. I'm sorry, but...
Doctors,
Oh,
you
yeah,
should get
'cause I
Kat,
forgot
give them
Pete
up.
has.
Give them up. Every friend I've had that's gone out with a doctor has just said they're just a loser lot.
Oh, but I'm a kind of...
Yeah, I know, but the men.
No, male doctors do
Yeah.
fancy the pants off their
Yeah,
son.
they do. They're egomaniacs.
Some of them are, yeah.
Yeah, like 98%.
You've been out with two in the last 3 months.
No, last 6 months.
6 months.
No, I only went out with one of them.
And what about the 36-year-old then?
No, I went out with him.
Oh, the other one was just the flirtation where you weren't
Yeah.
quite sure what to do and
Yeah, that's
he
right.
couldn't keep his stethoscope to himself or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he started going out with a 16-year-old, actually, which is very dodgy.
And how old was he?
27.
And she was 16.
Mm.
Well, it's legal, but...
Who's
only
helping
just-
her with anatomy?
Just.
What was she doing? She wasn't obviously a trainee anything.
No, she was doing her A-levels. Very dodgy.
Yeah.
You have no idea how dodgy things are in medicine.
Hey, Kat, believe me, I absolutely do. You have no idea how much I do. Yeah, that's another story. That's intrigued you. Anyway, as a result of your flirtatious calls, you know what I'm going to do?
Don't guess.
No, I'm going to... you know that suit I wore in the OK magazine picture? I'm going to sign it and send it to you.
No, please don't. I think you burnt it. Do they let you keep it?
No, in a funny way, I wish... well, no, I don't wish they did. It was... believe me, when I got there, I might have told you this before, but there were like 6 suits hanging up. And they said, you've got to wear, one of these.
So you picked the lime green one.
Oh, believe me, if you'd have seen the others, Kat, they were... Kat, gives you a rough...
It can't have been as bad as that. It looked like vomit.
Give you a rough
Horrible.
idea. It's kind of, it's sort of, I mean, it was not, it's certainly, without any doubt, I would never, ever go up to a shop and buy a lime green suit. I own 2
You
suits.
wore it in a national magazine, my friend.
I own 2 suits and one's blue, one's grey. Yeah, I think the whole idea was to sort of paradox the nighttime lifestyle with, nighttime working hours with actually looking fairly kind of
With
something...
that dodgy DJ, what's
totally-
his name, Jezza?
Yeah, I mean, I come off pretty well, didn't I, compared to that?
You did, actually.
I mean, and then there was the lovely Caroline on the other page.
Yes, she's very sexy.
Yeah, she's a nice girl.
Mm.
So, I knew her anyway, so, in fact, if you'd have seen the other suits I had to choose from, that was actually a bit of a bonus wearing that thing.
Well, what were the other colours?
Well, it wasn't so much the colours, it was just like the cut and the design and the... I mean, there were a couple of sort of purples in there. And,
what?
And, yeah, there were a lot of...
stuff.
It's, I don't know. It's just one of those, odd things, isn't it? But, yeah, it was certainly something I wouldn't buy. I was going to say I own 2 suits, and one's grey and one's blue. So that gives you some idea of what I would normally wear.
Did you get to keep the trainers?
No, I didn't get to keep any of it.
Really?
Sadly, yeah.
Harsh.
Yeah, I know.
Not
It was
fair.
a bit. It was a bit. I thought they'd at least get you keep this. I mean, the suit was probably one of those sort of, 800 quid jobs if you looked into it. And some fool would go along to a shop and pay for it.
Baytang or something.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that happens. But, no, so I didn't get to keep a suit. But I know that actually Caroline, oddly enough, who was the other, in one of the other pictures, did actually buy her what she was wearing. And that cost her 500 quid.
Wow. Really? There was that cut down price.
And I think that was at a discount for,
God, you showbiz personality's got money to burn.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Could have paid for 2 nights in hospital for some poor patient there.
I might have 2 nights myself after this. Anyway, it's always good when you ring up and flirt with me. And
I do.
You do.
Why are you not flirting with
You do. Even when I bought OK magazine. I don't even know what you look like. You know what I look like, and you so much say you were that mad about me.
You can ask Pete.
You ripped out that picture from the magazine and put it on your little digs on your wall.
Did I?
I know, because Pete told me, because he's been there.
No, he hasn't.
No, not to your... No, anyway. I meant to your area. Well, not your area.
You're sounding really desperate now.
No, I'm all right, me. I'm actually just suffering, that's all.
Okay.
But I won't go into it, because Pete knows more. Well, we're losing Pete. He's becoming a nurse. Did he tell you that?
No, he's not.
He's becoming a psychiatric nurse.
No, he's not.
He is.
He is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He told me he's got a top job somewhere else.
He has.
Yeah, not as a psychiatric
Oh,
nurse.
believe me. Believe me. He definitely has.
No, I don't think so.
Psychiatric nurse, that's me.
There you go.
Yes.
That's from the horse's mouth.
Yes.
Exactly.
Anyway, Kat, you take care.
Yeah, you give my love to Pete.
Definitely. And when you call back, we want the love life of Kat updated on a sort of like a 3-weekly basis.
On a 3-weekly basis,
Yeah.
right.
Stay away from the doctors.
I don't think it's that exciting, to be honest with you.
No.
No.
You never know. Anyway.
All right, see you guys soon.
You take it easy.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. What sort of level of communication have you got with this woman exactly, Pete?
So what?
What sort of level of communication have you got with this woman?
We've only met once for that interview. For the student association interview.
Apart from when you rung her and told her you were leaving and...
No, I haven't done any of that, goodness.
Well, she seemed to think you did.
Yeah, she's making it up.
Yeah.
Stalker.
So what did she look like? I didn't even realise it was Kat that interviewed. I remember the interview.
Yeah.
And I just said, who was the person like? And you just said, oh, rough.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, rough.
Was that her?
She was Kat.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was her, yeah.
She's got a voice like that?
She's not rough, though. She's really nice.
Is she?
Yeah, beautiful, actually.
Is she?
Yeah.
So why don't you
cute.
chase her up then?
Well, not the professional thing to do, is it,
Well, you're leaving, you can. Do
well,
you
exactly.
like?
Now
And you're working in a similar profession.
We're all open. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we're going to pause momentarily. We're back on the phone in just a second. It's 08700 40 50 60.
I'm Gemma, and I love socialising. I'm a hairdresser from Lincoln. I'm sick of lounge lizards and sleazy grebos that are just after one thing. I want a lasting relationship with a guy who likes the same kind of thing as me.
TalkSport Matchmaker is the easiest way for TalkSport singles to meet new people. Just tell us the kind of people you'd like to meet and let the Match Link system go to work. Enroll in TalkSport Matchmaker free of charge now on 0808 100 1089 in complete privacy. Call TalkSport Matchmaker today and let us help you find your perfect partner. 0808 100 1089. I'm wearing a very expensive designer suit. I've just ripped a massive hole in my very expensive designer suit. If you're surrendering an endowment policy and haven't called AAP, then like me, you must have money to waste. Why, you ask? Because every day more than £400,000 is thrown away by people who surrender their policies back to the life company without checking first if they're worth more. If your policy was issued before 1992, at AAP you could get up to 35% more than you thought it was worth. Just think, one phone call could earn you thousands of pounds. For your free brochure and valuation, call now on 0800 064 1967. Absolute Assigned Policies Limited are regulated by the Personal Investment Authority. 0800 064 1967.
They're big, they're black, and if you've got a Talk Sport sticker on the back of your car, they're scouring the nation for you.
Right, we've got Phil, put him on Wellington Road.
He was flashing me as I was driving down the road.
Talk Sport detector vans have the technology to give you £1,000 each weekday morning from 6 during Breakfast with Brazil.
Hey, it's wonderful, mate. Absolutely wonderful.
Talk Sport detector vans cost you nothing. Keep listening and find out more about the Talk Sport detector vans that give you money, not fines.
Talk Sport's got to be the best for me, I can promise you.
Your team leader, Talk Sport.
Oh, 700 40 50 60. Judith says, I'm overcome by emotion. Speechless. Bye-bye, little bro. In fact, Pete's not here at the moment. He's hiding.
Yes.
After his life was just exposed. It all ties up. He's just had a chat with us in the break. We brought him in, and he told us, now we know.
Cat's a dog.
And that's... Hello, TalkSport.
Hello?
Yes.
Is that Ian?
Who's that?
It's Nigel from Maidstone.
Stay there, Nigel, don't go away. Pete, can you pick up 4? It's Nigel in Maidstone. You know singing Nige? Brilliant.
I know.
He can do a tune for us in a bit.
Nice.
That'd be lovely. Right, let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello. Hi.
Who's this?
It's Sanchez from Liverpool.
Who?
Sanchez from Liverpool.
Yeah, how are you spelling that?
What, Francis?
Oh, Francis.
Yes.
Yes, Francis. How are you?
I was okay. I took very much offence to that lady that came on and said there's lots of mad people out there. I had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself mad.
No, but there are some mad ones.
No, well, but she should not come out with a statement like that.
Well, it's her opinion.
Well, it's her opinion, yes, and it's my opinion as well.
Good point.
I didn't consider myself mad. I was ill.
Well, you're probably not mad. But, I mean, madness can be, it's an unpopular term because it's been used, as in comedy form for so long. The word mad, people use it in everyday conversation.
It's the way she puts it over. She's only a young girl.
Yeah.
She has to grow up.
You're probably right. You got to think before you speak, haven't you?
Of course, and she put all the priorities wrong.
Yeah.
Now, people that are, mentally disturbed.
Yes.
Instead of there's a lot of mad people out there.
Yeah, I think you make a fair point, actually.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong for her to come out the comment like that.
Yes. No, I think you make a fair point, Francis. And I'm glad you called and balanced it out.
Yeah,
How are you doing now, by the way?
I'm fine now.
Good.
I'm fine.
You crawled out that murky tunnel and the light's there now, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Good stuff. I'm glad to hear that.
But it was just where she says lost mad people out there.
Yeah, people can be very flippant, and people forget that, there's such a thing as mental illness as well as physical.
Of course.
Of course there is, yes.
And they're not mad.
No.
Of course, but you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying. You can be too flippant with these things and not think about the implications for people who are genuinely...
She just has to keep her mouth closed.
Yes. Fair point.
And say nothing.
Okay, Francis. Thank you very much for your point.
Okay. Will you pass it on, please?
Absolutely. And you take care.
Okay, thanks so much.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. That's Francis. He's there on balance. On balance. There you go. Well, that old madness kind of genius thing is there, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's... Whew. Let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello, I'm mentally deficient.
You better not say that, because otherwise Francis will call us back. Hello, TalkSport.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ian.
Yes.
Oh, you're still taking course cold to air. How are you?
Who's this?
Long time no speak. Martin from Ilford.
Martin, yes, sir.
Last time we spoke, I think it was Vinters Park, Studio 3.
Really?
Yeah. Hanging around with Jeff.
Oh, Martin!
Yeah, it's him.
How are you?
How are you?
Mr. Shine.
That's him.
Beautiful.
Mr. Collins.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'd just like to take you back to your Unsung Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Bennett, you forgot from Take Heart.
Mr. Bennett, of course.
With his trolley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, this guy, the tall, thin guy, are you still trying to debate his name?
What, do you mean the professor guy?
Well, there was a professor, and we know that was Wilf, and it was possibly Sylvester McCoy too, but there was another character. I'm sure it was on Take Heart. It may have been another programme.
Yep.
And again, you'll go, oh, yes, I think. That's Mr. Nosybonk.
Mr. Nosybonk?
Yeah, a guy with a white mask and a very long nose.
No, this is a new one on me, Martin.
Isn't that the guy on Jigsaw?
I think it was possibly...
Yeah, we had him earlier.
Oh, that was him, Nosybonk. That was his
Did
name.
someone speak about it earlier, yeah?
Yes.
Well, somebody but didn't mention the name.
No.
Right, well, that's the name that a lot of people seem to not mention anyway.
Yeah, that is right, I think.
Yeah. Again, sort of 70s, late 70s.
Yeah.
Another programme that I really don't hear about often is one about a couple of spiders. They were puppets, and it was called Itsy and Bitsy.
And they used to go...
That's right.
They used to speak like that. Itsy and Bitsy. They were freaky.
There are many things on the internet, but of course that is just one
Is there
thing.
a Itsy and Bitsy dedicated site?
Nothing at all, but there is a site you'd certainly be interested in, and probably some of the listeners.
There was a rhyme written about them, however.
Really?
Yes. Itsy and Bitsy. Yeah, anyway. Go on. There's a site...
there's an interesting site for this kind of thing that I think you'll be interested in.
Oh, I know the one, yeah.
You do?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, go on, say it. What it?
It's all the W's dot...
It's what, sorry?
All the W's, www.tvcream.
Cream, that's it, tvcream.org, yeah?
That's the one.
That's the one.
Excellent site.
It's a brilliant site. It's got theme tunes, it's got all sorts, isn't it?
I'd love to know who spends their time putting it together, because it's definitely a site worth visiting.
Because it has got the theme tunes and everything on it, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Hartley. Remember Hartley?
Hartley. Is Hartley on there?
I think there's a link to Hartley, yeah.
Is there a link to Hartley?
Yes,
wow, it is. All the W's, tvcream.org, and there's stacks on there.
And one final name for you on a programme, and that was Barber Papa.
Barber Papa?
Yeah, I think it was from Hungary or Czechoslovakia.
It's, Barber Papa was brilliant.
Yeah, there's a website on that too.
Wasn't there a whole family of them?
There was Barber Mama or all that
Barber Elephant.
I don't know, it used to be, no, it wasn't an elephant, Mick.
Barber Papa wasn't it?
No, it was, didn't it used to turn into things?
It was like a figure, the shape of the figure 8, wasn't it?
But couldn't it become a house if it wanted to?
I think so, yeah.
I think this thing was...
Shazam!
This was, I mean, ubiquity wasn't in it. I mean, this thing could be everywhere.
Yeah.
And anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know you're into that, Ian, and I'm glad. It's good to speak to someone who has, you know...
Who shares that futile knowledge.
That's right, yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
No, good speaking to you.
All right, Martin.
Speak to you sometime.
I'll see you soon, I expect.
Yeah, good luck
take care.
To Pete.
Absolutely.
Bye for now.
Cheers. There he is. Martin, who's a sort of just sort of TV engineer-y type person.
You know what I want to know? We're mentioning spiders there. There's this cartoon that I remember showing to kids I used to babysit for. Like, it was probably out in late 80s, early 90s, about 10 years ago. And it was a spider cartoon, and it was a spider, it had a spider song, and it was this man singing and playing guitar, and there was one I particularly remember with a hamster that started singing to the spider. Anyway, and I'm trying to find it for my godson, and I don't know if it still exists. Have you ever heard of this? It's like a black and white pencil drawing of this spider. It was really popular for a while. It's some Norwegian guy, I think, who did it. Stop looking at me like I'm mad. It was really good.
Don't use that word.
Sorry.
Mentally ill.
Yes.
Francis will be at you.
I don't remember that. Do you remember Itsy and Bitsy?
Itsy and Bitsy, yeah.
Was it Susan Stranks that used to do that?
It was Susan Stranks. It was very big in that department.
Wasn't she? Magpie?
Yeah.
Used to work with Tommy.
Tommy, indeed. And Mick Robertson.
Yeah.
And various other folk. Yeah, but it was Susan Strank was Itsy and Bitsy.
Hardly anybody remembers the saddest cartoon ever.
Good.
And it was kind of in the same vein, and I know it's going to get all retro and people will start ringing in, and then any other radio presenter who's listening when they drive in or home, because they all do, will say, oh my God, look, Collins is doing the most obvious subjects in the world, and I'll look completely stupid in the industry, which is not good news, but nonetheless, it's not our fault. We've strayed into that territory, and I'm sorry, once we're in there, we've got to find our way out, and you can't negotiate your way out without going over a few bumps of subjects.
Bump it to me.
That's the way I look at it. The fact is, the saddest guy, it was in that vein of, I mean, Crystal, Tips and Alistair.
Oh, yeah.
All of those.
Rhubarb custard.
Rhubarb and custard. And there was a little, it was Czechoslovakian, and it was called The Mole.
I believe I've seen it.
And it was the saddest darn thing in the world. It was just like this, it was... This mole just used to make little noises.
Didn't it?
Used to go,
yeah, I remember.
And it always had a bad deal. You know, somebody had, you'd have a, like somebody had dropped something in the park, and the mole would get its, I don't know, its head stuck in a jar and...
and die horribly.
Yeah, that's right, and then get run out. No.
By a Greenpeace fan.
Like, mooch around and... I don't really know what else happened. I don't know any other characters.
Was it like the South Park thing where he dies at the end of every episode?
No, well, it should have been. In fact, that would have been the unique twist to the... It was called The Mole. Actually, he used to make that kind of noise.
I do remember it. But anything that come out...
Do anything. Czechoslovakian animation was just the worst.
Oh, Czechoslovakian films in general.
Do you remember the... Well, yeah, I mean, do you remember when they used to do kind of, like, dubbed version of like, Heidi?
Yes.
Oh, that was appalling.
They did a British version.
That, yeah.
Do you remember the British version? Do you remember who played the boy, Peter the Mountain Boy?
Go on.
Who?
Anyone remember this?
No.
Peter the Mountain Boy.
No.
I mean, you know the story of Heidi?
I do. Well, I kind of know of it, yeah.
Ambrose, Heidi?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah? You Heidi literate?
Yeah.
Fabulous. You know Heidi, the girl that lived in the mountains?
Yeah, yeah.
And all the rest, she had a grand, didn't she, and an old-fashioned wheelchair. And
yes.
All the rest.
No, a friend called, what's her name? What's the friend's name?
Yeah, the friend was...
Anyway.
Yeah, the friend was... What was her name?
No.
Well, hang on, Peter was the shepherd.
The girl.
He was the boy.
The girl who's the friend who's in the wheelchair.
Oh, yeah.
They push off the mountain at one point.
That's what they do. That's they do.
It's very uncharitable.
Do you remember that? They do. That's actually... Did Peter and Heidi do it? Or was it just Heidi?
I think it's I'm not sure.
But there were two versions. There was the dubbed version. I think is it Swiss or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And then so it was dubbed into...
Czechoslovakian.
No, it's not Czechoslovakian. No.
If it was crap, it was Czechoslovakian.
There is that argument. I understand, but I mean, this was. I mean, I think this was Swiss or French. Same difference.
No, it's
really.
definitely German or Swiss. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but there was a British version of it. They actually made. I don't know who played Heidi, who played the kid in the wheelchair, but the guy that played Peter was in fact Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Really?
It was Nicholas Lyndhurst from the Odin Calls and Horses
Was he really young
program.
then?
Very young, yeah. No, he was 37.
No, I can't imagine him like...
He was always a kiddie actor. Yeah, he was. I mean, he did a lot of stuff as a kid, and then he did that Butterflies thing with Wendy Craig when he was, slightly older. Or Mother Makes 5 or 3.
She did Butterfly. He did Butterfly.
Yeah, he was in that too, wasn't he?
2.5.
And then, but he definitely did the Heidi show. Freaky.
It was the freakiest Czechoslovakian dubbed everything show that really used to freak my chicken was the Singing Rigging Tree.
Now, you've mentioned this before. I have no recollection of this thing.
It was bunged.
The Singing Rigging Tree. It means nothing to me.
Clara. That was Heidi's friend, Clara. Sorry.
Clara.
Right.
Do you remember? It was. Sorry.
Beautiful.
You just put me right off me.
Sorry. Yes.
It was
the ringing singing tree.
Midgets and dwarves.
The Singing Rigging Tree.
And all sorts of malarkey.
And it was time and time again. This one comes up. No memory of the Singing Rigging Tree at all.
Scared the crap out of me.
We're on something.
Did it? I really
Straight to the point, Biff. Straight to the point.
I've got no idea what it was about.
Yeah.
But there was this tree that used to shake.
It's very useful during potty training.
Is it?
Sorry.
It's not the sort of thing you'd show to a child, actually.
You really are the Salvador Dali, aren't you, of the airwaves?
She is, yeah. I always think that.
What's going on there? 08700 40 50 60. Our lines are open. You can fax us
on 0207 959 7805.
That's the detail. It's Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night, and we're back in 2 shakes, I think.
On the hour updates from the Sky News Centre, 10:89 and 10:53 a.m. Talk Sport.
Good morning, it's 4 o'clock. I'm Ricky Sam. On the TalkSport News headlines, Best in hospital, meningitis toddler dies, and Heskey bound for Anfield. Soccer star George Best is in hospital after suffering stomach pains. The former Manchester United star is spending a second night in the Cromwell Hospital in West London, where he's having tests. A man and a woman are being questioned about the murder of Northern Ireland solicitor Rosemary Nelson. The 40-year-old mother of 3 was killed in a car bomb attack outside her Lurgan home in March last year. Miss Nelson was a Catholic and one of a few solicitors who took on politically sensitive cases. An internal investigation's been launched after a 1-year-old boy suffering from meningitis was taken to 3 hospitals for treatment before he died. Tyler Foster's parents asked for the inquiry after their son was driven more than 60 miles from his home in Grantham. The mother of a so-called miracle baby is expected to be well enough to face the world's media today. The 42-year-old woman, who was told she'd never have children, gave birth to a healthy girl yesterday. The child developed outside her womb. Consultant Lawrence Mascarenas delivered the baby at the Queen's Medical Centre in Nottingham.
I'd heard about one during my training, but I'd never ever seen one, and I probably won't see one again. This occurs very rarely and has a frequency of 1 in 10,000 deliveries.
TalkSport weather: any rain in Scotland will clear, but dry with bright or sunny spells everywhere else. Highs between 11 and 16 degrees. In sport, Emil Heskey is set to complete his move to Anfield in the next 24 hours. Liverpool and Leicester City have agreed an £11 million fee for the striker. Heskey will sign after completing a medical on Friday. A Harry Kewell goal was good enough to put Leeds into the quarter-finals of the UEFA Cup. David O'Leary's side beat Italian side Roma 1-0 on aggregate. Leeds now take on Slavia Prague. No surprises in Spain. Arsenal are also safely through to the last 8 of the tournament, despite losing 2-1 to Deportivo La Coruña. The Gunners will go through 6-3 on aggregate and will play Werder Bremen next. West Brom have named Gary Megson as the new boss at Hawthorns. Megson takes over from Brian Little, who was sacked earlier this week. In rugby union, Clive Woodward's future as England coach seems to be secured. Woodward and the RFU are set to have talks about a new 4-year contract. TalkSport News Time, 2 minutes past 4.
Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night on 1089 and 1053 AM. Talk Sport.
Okay, bozos. Now, if you failed to catch the last show, hey, you missed some of this.
I'm the best-looking person I've ever known work on the radio. I'm sorry. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. I work with some ugly mothers. Always have done. No matter wherever I've worked, every single one of them, male or female, moose.
You also missed this.
There should be a Judge Dredd mentality that's employed to certain areas of the police force. Like the 13-year-old, I'd tell you what I'd have done, actually. Forget the dog. I'd have taken him back to the van. I'd have opened the door of the van, and I'd have just put your hand there, and I'd just gone smash with the door and crushed his knuckles. That's what I'd have done. Crushed his knuckles.
And you missed some of this.
What's promotion after a vicar? Like, where do you go to from a vicar?
It's basically you get to be in charge of kind of local vicars. It's what they call an archdeacon. New word for you.
So don't miss out, kids. You never know what's about to happen. Thank you.
Ian Collins and the Creatures of the Night.
Look, Jerky, I don't need to talk to you.
Brace yourself.
We're here. It's totally our fault. Nearly lost that. Thank you to Jeff. This has been trying to email, but it denies me access, saying no match for voiceofthecommonman.com. I've been trying to get through on the phone to check it, but on the 3 occasions I've got a ring and saying there hasn't been an answer. If possible, please email me your correct address. So I'll have another time. When I said you can email through the Voice of the Common Man, you've got to go to the website, voiceofthecommonman.com. When you get to the website, then email from there. Having said that, you can do it directly, which is icollins@talksport.com.
What's that address?
Sorry, .co.uk.
Well, you better repeat that, sir.
It's icollins@talksport.co.uk.
Can you repeat that again, please, sir?
icollins@talksport.co.uk.
Thank you very much.
Well, I've just been out to have a look, and we haven't had a single email all night, so I'm wondering whether, on a different note, then it's knackered.
Cream crackered.
So, from our end, but that wouldn't stop, because what will normally happen there is that I'll come in on Monday, fire it up, and there'll be all the emails from tonight.
Thousands of them.
Which is often the problem.
Yes.
Anyhow, let's go here. Hello, TalkSport. Ooh, dear. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello.
Hello, who's that?
Hello, is that Ian?
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, it's Tracy from Birmingham.
Hello, Tracy.
Hello there. I don't know whether you've spoken about Vision On within the past 3/4 of an hour.
Yeah, we brought up Vision On, yeah.
Because I heard it then, but I don't know whether you've gone back to it.
Anything?
Actually, we were talking about the Professor.
Hmm.
Well, it definitely wasn't Sylvester McCoy.
Thank you.
Not originally?
No.
Yeah.
It was as Moss said, it was a thin chappie. He was wearing a white.
Yeah, because like Sylvester McCoy, when he did it, he was in the studio, but this guy wasn't in the studio, was he?
No. That's right.
It was always on film.
He was, yeah, and he wore a white coat, and he was hunched up.
Yeah.
Very
and it was sped up film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They used to speed up the film.
He used to rub his chin. Whenever he got a problem.
He'd have his hand on his hip and he'd rub his chin.
That's right,
And he used to run around and fall over a fence or whatever. And they never introduced it or said anything afterwards. It just kind of, all of a sudden in the middle of the programme, they just cut to this sort of, 30-second clip of this professor.
That's right. And Sylvester McCoy, I think, used to walk backwards in slow motion.
Did he?
Everything he did, yeah.
Now we know where Michael Jackson got it from.
Wasn't it great, though, when Tony Hart used to go out onto a big field with one of those chalk machines?
Yeah.
And he used to, you'd think, what's he making? Then all of a sudden, the big helicopter shot, you'd show you, a picture of...
It was like one of them football things that they mark out the football grounds,
that's it,
wasn't it?
He'd have one of those.
Yeah.
And he'd go around with it, and you'd think, what is it? Doesn't make sense. And then in the end... And that was the same with all of his pictures, wasn't it? You never knew what he was doing.
Very clever bloke.
Oh, very.
Yeah,
he could be making something with bits of pasta or whatever, anything. And then you'd think, what's that? And they'd show it at different angles. And then in the end, there was a picture of, the...
A lasagna.
Sort of, a lasagna. And then Buckingham Palace or something.
Then there was Morph.
Morph.
Moved on to Morph.
Course, yeah.
But the lady who did the sign language, has anyone found out about her?
We don't know her name.
Pat Kiesel.
That was it.
I said Jan, didn't I?
It was Pat Kiesel.
It was Pat Kiesel, yeah.
Yeah. But
and is she still around, do we know?
I don't know. I haven't seen her for years. I just remember doing all that business with the hands,
Yeah.
But, I'm always thinking about all the old programmes that, I used to watch when I was younger.
Yeah.
And all the, the foreign fairy tales that used to be shown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they'd ever show those again, because, they're just a vague memory.
You mean the Czechoslovakian things and all that?
Yeah. And there's Robinson Crusoe as well. There's a singing ringing tree.
Thank you. You remember the singing ringing tree?
See, I have no memory of that at all.
You're the only person in the world, apart from me, who does.
Yeah, and actually they were talking about it, I don't know, I think it was GMTV when Jonathan Ross was on there with Julian Clary and that big bloke who's off...
Phil Jupitus?
Pardon?
Phil Jupitus.
Is it? The one with the moustache? The one who's...
goatee beard?
Yeah, the one who's on... when they do the
TV...
Never mind the...
Yeah,
that's it, Phil Jupitus, yeah.
Yeah, and they were talking about it on there, and Jonathan Ross was going on about it.
I think you'll find that show's called It's Only TV, But I Like It.
That's right,
that's the one,
that's what they were talking about on GMTV. They were,
It was on last night.
Yeah. But, and, I remember all the tunes to them as well. And Belle and Sebastian. Do you remember Belle and Sebastian?
Vaguely.
Yes, I do remember.
I know the name.
They even named a band. It was a band named after it.
Great band, yeah.
Does anyone remember a cartoon called Josie and the Pussycats?
Yeah, I remember the music to that as well.
Yeah, and there was a cat called Sebastian on it.
Yeah.
And I remember getting a bendy cat for, not getting a bendy cat, there were this whole range of little bendy toys you could buy. They had wire inside them with rubber.
Yeah.
You could get a little pink panther. They were about 4 inches high. You get a pink panther or a dog or a mouse.
Oh, yes, I remember
those things?
Yes, I do,
If you bent them too much, the wire used to poke out of the little rubber thing.
Yeah.
And there was a cat, and I had a cat, and I called it Sebastian.
Yeah.
And then I bought my friend one, and he called his Gladys.
As you have to.
What a silly thing you do as a kid. And I remember, because... that's what happened. Mine was called Gladys.
Yeah.
And it was my friend's birthday, called Matthew. And I bought him one of these things. I don't know how much they were, about 2p or something then, I suppose. And I bought one of it and wrapped it up. And I remember I went round, knocked him for school, and he opened it up. And he went, Mum, he's given me Gladys. And so his became Gladys, and mine was renamed Sebastian after the Josie of the Pussycats.
Oh, no.
Yeah, crazy memories. Mean nothing at all, really, do they?
Yeah, oh, well, they do really, don't they?
Shaped me somewhere along the line, but into what is a mystery. Who knows? Well, thank you very much for that.
All right, then.
See you later.
Thank you very much, Ian. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
08700 40 50 60.
Pat Kiesel. I was in love with Pat Kiesel.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't do it. Well, you were, a couple of years older than me, so you didn't do anything for me.
Did with me.
You might have been seeing different things there, but I was just seeing some woman whose hands waved around a lot.
Well, any woman with crazy hands is always good with me.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what it was. It wasn't just her. There was a bloke that presented it with her. I'm sure there was. I mean, Tony Hart was only an addition to the programme. It was only when, Take Heart got its own, he got his own show.
Heartbeat as well.
Of course, that's right, yeah. You know, a lot of people used to say it was that bloke from EastEnders, but we know it was Tony Hart.
Yeah, exactly.
Heartbeat.
Yeah, it's wrong programme, sorry.
No, it was called Heartbeat.
It was Heartbeat, wasn't it? Yeah.
But not the police one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And then there was Heart to Heart.
Heart to Heart,
with
yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. H, who were great. And that was Tony Hart playing that.
Tony Hart played Freeway the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Hart, what a legend.
But no, I always remember Vision On as being... Tony Hart was the leader. He was it, and Pat Kiesel was like the co-presenter who used to do the things with the crazy things with the hands and fingers and stuff.
He always wore a bit of a cravat, didn't he, Tony Hart?
He loved a little cravat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sometimes used to have it tied in.
That's right. Yeah.
In a bandana.
Very sort of Quentin Crisp in that respect.
Yes.
But only that respect, of course.
Of course.
And that was always a nice touch. He'd say, we can't return any of the photographs. He's a bit like Lucy and Morgan in that respect, wasn't he? But do make sure you keep them coming in, and we'll give a prize to everyone we show. Yeah, we used to have that music. Used to play it a lot, and then every darn radio show in the country started using it.
So we had to stop.
We dropped it.
Exactly.
We dropped it.
What can you do?
But it was a nice piece of music.
It was, yeah. Did you ever send anything in?
No, because I didn't have to, because I was actually on it, you see.
You were, weren't you?
You see,
bunking off school.
Yeah, I was bunking off school. Caught on film in Trafalgar Square with an umbrella and Stephen Outridge.
It's a kidnap, I tell you. TalkSport.
Hello there, subject for you.
Yeah.
Right then, how did you discover Father Christmas didn't exist? I was wondering if anyone's got any funky story.
How did you discover Father Christmas didn't exist?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No. Can you put me on to Pete a minute?
Yeah, stay there. How did you discover Father Christmas didn't exist? I don't remember.
Neither do I.
I've no memory of that transition between Father Christmas being real and I remember it being real.
Yeah, but I don't
distinct
remember.
memories of knowing, you know, that, hey, this is where is Father Christmas? But then to suddenly discover that he wasn't. What's happened to Sarah, by the way?
I think she's just coming in.
Where have you been?
I was doing a very important survey.
Doing a survey?
There you go.
Thank you very much. That's from Doug.
I haven't read it, by the way, so...
All right. Hey, Ian, did you see that Channel 4 programme last night about sexuality where a bloke, for thrills, had a pint of water added to his scrotum? An amazing sight. Hey, Pete, go easy on the... yeah, better be careful there, because we'd get in trouble. Anyway... be careful. Basically, be careful when you're a psychiatric nurse, otherwise you might end up on that McIntyre show.
Oh, yes.
Don't end up on there headlocking someone on secret camera. P.S. Why is the fax number you give out different to the number they give out in the day? Do you know, I have no idea why that happens. I have no idea why that happens.
But we've got empirical evidence to say that we've got the correct one.
It depends, because we come in and the sports show have, written on the screen the fax numbers, and sometimes it's the same one as us and sometimes it isn't.
Well, we're not vying for anything, because we're sticking with ours.
We're sticking with ours. OK, let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Yeah, good morning, Ian.
Morning.
Morning. I'll tell you what, can I start off with a little gripe?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get through for 2 hours. You know you've been doing this straight-to-air thing?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare if you're on a mobile.
I know, you're right.
It cuts off after 30 seconds of ringing. I've got the ringing tone about
30
12.
seconds?
Yeah, but I've got the ringing tone about 12 times so far.
Oh, my life.
It cuts off. It's a nightmare. I'm so glad I got through anyway. Couple of things. Your first caller stole my thunder a bit, because he mentioned Magnus Pike. I was going to mention him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He was a nutter, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And... literally, I mean, he was well impersonated at the time as well. Do you remember?
Everybody did him, didn't they?
Everybody was doing him, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. I never know what happened to him, though, do you?
He died.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.
that would have been it, then.
Yeah, well, pretty final, isn't it, really?
And before you had Alan Titchmarsh, you had Percy Thrower.
But who shot himself?
He did.
I think I read that right.
Did he?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't shoot himself. That's not how he died. But he did have an accident with an air gun, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were...
Because, I mean, next to... No, yes, that's right. Next to Joey... Well, I mean, if you...
JFK shot him.
Yeah, next to Joey Deacon, I mean, Percy Thrower was the big hero of Blue Peter, of course.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And is Ambrose there?
He is indeed.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
What I was going to suggest, Ambrose, is could you do some sort of a thing about DVDs at all? Because they got these things coming out every bloody week, and I mean, they've overtaken video now. And you're always talking about video rentals, and these things come out to buy at the same time as video rentals, so they're current.
Yeah, usually the video to rent is usually released, if it's a new release, it's simultaneously on DVD.
Yeah, that's right, but I mean, DVDs, as you know, come with lots of extras and that. It's just nice to have a bit of an idea of what's coming out and what...
Well, they normally whack a bit of a documentary on with them, or, the making of and all that lot.
yeah, definitely, yeah. They have, I mean, some have got deleted scenes, they got like you say, the making of, they got...
commentaries.
commentaries, all the way through, and there's all sorts of extra gear on them. I got into them the other day. Well, since Christmas, actually, I've got loads.
Yeah, the problem is it does vary. Like, as in, most new releases now come out on DVD.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, other ones to buy, don't come out.
What's the average cost of a DVD now?
It's a bit pricey than a video.
About 20 quid, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything between 15 and 25, really, but I mean, it depends. But I mean, there's the region ones, which are like from America, they come out with all sorts of extras as well.
Oh, yeah, they're usually a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. But I just thought you might be able to include something on your slot, just a...
Yeah, I mean, it's about time we got into the DVD age, I think, Ambrose.
Yeah.
It's a new revolution.
It's in there. Well, consider it in.
And all that.
Consider it in.
Yeah. Lovely job.
There we go.
All right, cheers, Ian.
Cheers, then.
Thanks a lot.
See you later. 08700 40 50 60. DVD.
DVD.
So what are you going to do with all your video collection then, Pete?
VD. What?
Shit. You might be dealing with some of that in the next few weeks. What are you going to do with your video collection?
Yeah, it's a worry. It's a continuous worry of mine.
Surely you must be able to go to a company and say, put all that on DVD.
I don't want to do that, though. It means a lot to me. It really does.
Must be worth £10,000, your video collection.
My video must be getting...
Because you've got a video collection to die for.
I have, actually. Yeah.
It's a mother.
It's a mother video collection. Yeah,
it's a groovy armada.
You're telling me you just like the
shelves and shelves.
You like the feel of the video.
It really is quite obsessive, and it's getting more so, because every time I see a film, and all I have to do is kind of almost half like it, and for some bizarre reason, I then have to own it.
So I don't understand that
I can't get the enjoyment. It's quite a serious problem, actually.
I've only got about...
delving in it. I can't enjoy a video without owning it.
Is that right?
That's weird, isn't it? That's really weird.
I went through a phase. I mean, there was a time, sort of, I don't know, early 90s, when I bought a whole load of vids, and I'd always kind of, I'd build up, and I did the whole sort of Laurel and Hardy, 40 Towers kind of steptoe thing, did all the sets of.
Comedy Cupboard.
Yeah, and I sort of became obsessed with getting the, if you buy one 40 Towers, you've got to buy them all. There's only 4, in fact, so you're kind of okay with that one. So I went through that phase a little bit, and some I've still got and some I haven't. And then every now and again, there's a couple of things, I love owning on video, because you can watch over and over again, like the, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, Citizen Kane, those kind of things. You can just watch and pick stuff out of that all the time.
So much in them, yeah.
But,
I just have no wish, really, to own films. You watch them a couple of times, and it's... I mean, books, to me, are, I've got far more, far more...
It's exactly the same argument with books, though, really, isn't it? You're more likely to watch a video again than read a book.
Do you throw books away when you've read them?
No way, no. In fact, recently I've started to reread things, which I've not really done that much.
No, I don't like throwing books away.
No, never do.
No, never.
Yeah.
Don't throw anything away. Videos, books, albums, CDs, cassettes.
You name it.
7 inches.
Maybe you should think about throwing some of your CDs away. Might be a good idea.
Peter Harris.
It's lucky you're leaving.
Just be careful, son. Just be careful.
Now, there is, I don't know. Don't know what I'm talking about, really. Just in a dream there for a second, which was nice.
Was it pleasant?
I liked it a lot.
A nightmare.
Yeah, a lot. No, I won't watch a video, like somebody will watch a video, and I know people go to the cinema and see a film and then go back the next week.
That's
never do that.
Crazy.
There's only one time I've only ever done that with Blair Witch. I've seen that 3 times.
I refuse. 8-year gap. 8-year gap.
Really? Is that the rule?
No less. 8-year gap has to be.
Won't go to the cinema.
Has to be. My most watched film is probably Midnight Express, actually.
Mine's Dr. Zhivago.
Well, that's probably my most watched. Yeah, it's probably the one I've watched over and over again.
What's your most watched one, Ambrose?
Oh God, varies. One film I have watched quite a bit is, or 2 films actually, bizarrely enough, Midnight Run with Robert De Niro, and Witchfinder General with Vincent Price. I don't know why. That's strange. They're not particularly my favourite films of all time.
But if you take, I mentioned them a second ago, if you take like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, what I like about those films is that they're films with very distinct scenes in them, aren't they?
Sure, yeah.
So you can actually, with those films, you can, if you just going through your video, you can, I'll whack that on for a second, you can put it on, watch 5 minutes, take it out, and just enjoy that 5-minute moment.
Yeah. Oh, there's always...
Have you seen these films?
No.
You'd like them. You would?
I've got a friend who's got them on tape, and he's insisting I should watch them, and I've kind of haven't bothered. I'm not into sort of violence particularly. I mean, not for any particular moral reason. I'd love to say it was moral, but it's not. I just don't find it entertaining. It's not. It's like I watched your Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, and I just thought it was, just didn't grab me.
With Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, there's kind of. I mean, there's some parody in there as well, isn't there? And of course, there's. I mean, everybody talks about Reservoir Dogs and the famous ear scene.
Which you don't actually see.
Which you never actually see.
I don't know why that is so...
We've talked about that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
You know, before I saw that, everybody said, oh my God, I've never seen anything so bad.
The problem is, though, that those type of films are all parodying a certain type of film, and if you've just never had an exposure because you're not interested to that type of film, you don't get the parody. I mean, I might be wrong, but
they're not all parodying the... I mean, there's an element to that in some of them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sure a film critic like Ambrose Heron, for example, would look at Pulp Fiction and maybe you could draw a parallel with, you know, something else.
Yeah, not that many. There's lots of pop culture references in it, but it's not a film.
A film sort of thing.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's its own little genre, really, isn't it? I mean,
the good thing about pop film characters and dialogue and
that's
scenarios.
What it is.
That's what it is.
Scenarios.
Yeah.
Scenarios.
I think my favourite.
I haven't used that word for a while, have we?
Well, I think my favourite thing in the whole film, bizarrely enough, is the shot when a big shot, a close-up of a burger for some reason. You know, when they go around and shoot the guy,
at the beginning,
the briefcase,
Yep.
Oh, he does that.
And the guy chews on a burger, and for some reason there's this massively giant close-up for a couple of seconds of the burger. I don't know, just sticks in the mind.
That's one of Tarantino's trademarks, isn't it? That weird directorial.
Yeah.
No, I think the funniest scene is probably when they have to clean the car out.
Oh yeah.
And it's is it Harvey Keitel? It is Harvey Keitel, isn't it?
Right,
who gets called around as the expert, and he doesn't say please.
Oh,
that's got to be one of the best scenes.
Yeah,
The wolf. Yeah.
The wolf man.
Yeah.
Please. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's lovely. And of course the relaunch of Mr. Travolta. I think it'd be fair to say.
Absolutely. Sensational performance.
From that point, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Particularly good in Michael.
I bet that was terrific, wasn't it?
Oh, that was awful. But speaking of referencing, I suppose that they're in Pulp Fiction. The scene where he's doing the dance is obviously some kind of play on Saturday Night Fever, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen Saturday Night Fever, then you don't get it. It's like, I mean...
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
I remember, I think I've told you a story before, when I was a student, I reviewed Strictly Ballroom, and I absolutely hated it, and partly because I've never seen Dirty Dancing, and I've never seen any of the films I think that it was slightly a parody of. I mean, I'm just not interested in dancing anyway, and I haven't watched any of the sort of films that it was parodying. And I didn't even find it funny. And I gave such a bad review that I was banned from ever reviewing anything again.
That's a really funny story.
No, because the cinema, nobody went to see it, because all the students read the student reviews, and nobody went to see it, and the cinema said, you know, you're not coming in to review again, so I lost my job.
Is that right?
Yes. It's very sad.
That's my job as a
seriously,
down the local cinema. Is that right?
Yeah. It was an art cinema in University Town, and yeah.
In University Town, because of course, don't say where you go to university, because they never want to say. You're always saying that, even though you've never actually said it.
Oh, I try not to, actually.
I know. That's right. Well, believe me, Bristol's a damn fine university.
Exactly.
Okay. 08700 40 50 60.
My name's Glenn. I'm an insurance salesman from Manchester. Been a bit of a lad, you know, but now I reckon it's time to settle down. But to be honest with you, I don't know where to begin, and I'm not very good at chatting up birds.
TalkSport Matchmaker is the easiest way for TalkSport singles to meet new people. Just tell us the kind of people you'd like to meet and let the MatchLink system go to work. Enroll in TalkSport's Matchmaker free of charge now on 0808 100 1089 in complete privacy. Call TalkSport's Matchmaker today and let us help you find your perfect partner. 0808 100 1089.
Introducing all the way from Australia, Sunraysia's Bram Presser and his grandma Ruby.
Granny, what happens to all the pits from the prunes that go into Sunraysia prune juice?
Well, Bram, I'll tell you, but you have to keep it a secret.
Okay, Granny.
Each night, just before midnight, the prune pit plucker magically appears in Sunraysia prune land and picks the pits, leaving behind a pile of plump prunes for Sunraysia to put in their prune juice.
But what about the pits?
The prune pit plucker takes them away because at his home he has a gigantic pile of pits, the fabled prune pit peak.
So you're saying that the prune pit plucker plucks the pits from the premium plump prunes Sunraysia pick to produce their premium prune juice and paddles the piles of pits to the prune palace on Prune Pit Peak?
Precisely.
Sunraysia's prune juice is always bottled in glass to maintain its quality and freshness. Sunraysia is now available at selected Safeway stores.
Real sport for real people.
Hi, this is Kevin Keegan. All the sports, all the time, only on TalkSport.
Your team leader, 1089 and 1053 AM. Think sport, talk sport.
creatures of the night. We do a show from the studios of TalkSport, and I make you right. Beautiful. Fantastic. And where is Miffy as well? And there is Sarah too. And there is Pete. And there is Ambrose there. And so is Scott. And Sarah tonight is on heat. Da-da-da-da. It was a bad lyric, all right. It was a bad lyric. What can I do? I need minutes to write these things, not seconds. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there. Hello.
Yeah.
How do you do?
Thank you. Let's go here. Hello, TalkSport.
Sarah there, please.
No, she's not, I'm afraid.
I want to talk.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Hello, TalkSport.
Hello, is that Ian?
Yeah, who's that?
It's Mark. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Mark, what do you got?
You're a bloke on Vision on, the Mad Professor. Any of the geezer that went off and do Catweasel?
No.
You sure?
Definite.
Jeffrey Belden.
Jeffrey Belden, that's the guy's name. All right, then I'll let you have that one. Here's another one for you, a bit sketchy detail on. Jack Wilde, London Weekend Television.
Yep.
Puff and Stuff.
HR.
Yeah, I remember that.
HR Puff and Stuff, that's the one. Who's that about, Myth?
Yeah.
I thought I'd remember it, but
Witchy
I can't
Poo.
remember much about it. Witchy Poo, that's the one. Long time ago.
Which is what?
Witchy Poo. It used to be
Right.
HR, Puff and
Witchy
Stuff.
Poo, that's
Who's
the
your
one,
friend when
that's it,
things get rough?
that's it.
HR.
I remember the name. Again, the name rings a bell, but no content.
Same sort of era as Banana Splits.
Yeah.
Same sort of time.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Anyway, I'll leave that one with you.
Thank you, Mark.
Cheers, Ian.
Cheers. 08700 40 50 60. We go here. Hello, TalkSport.
For the last few days, I've mainly been feeling a bit mushed.
You have. It was all right. Well, it could have gone on a bit. I was beginning to enjoy that.
Yeah.
What can you do? Hello, TalkSport.
Hello?
Hello.
God blimey, I never thought I'd get through.
Who's this?
I was engaged for about half hour and then ringing for about half hour.
Right, who is it?
It's Lee
Where are you calling from, Lee?
from Tooting.
Can you sound a bit more interested?
I sound a bit what?
You sound really racked off.
No, I've just been on the phone for the last hour trying to get through.
All right.
And I've just got a bit of a headache, that's all.
Okay, yeah. What do you want to say, Lee?
I basically just, I haven't rang for a while. Last time I rang was when Ian Collins was talking about prisons and what men do in the showers and stuff like that, and I sort of put him on the spot. I just wondered if he'd remember what I said. I basically said, would he think about it? I mean,
how long ago was that?
How long ago is that? It's got to be getting on for nearly a year, maybe.
Right. Hang on a sec. Hey, Ian. Yeah. Do you remember a weird woman from Tooting calling about showers and prisons? No.
No.
Nearly a year ago.
What I said...
Yeah?
What I said to him...
What? Oh, yeah, what?
Was, would he... Because a lot of people, when they go in prison, become prison bent, right? They only do it when they're in... Yeah, they only go at it when they're in prison, and then they're straight when they come out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah? And I asked you if you would consider it if you were in prison. And
hang on, he's talking to another caller at the moment. Just a sec.
All right.
Hey, have you finished?
Huh?
She said it was, it's called prison bent. Would you be willing to take a length if you were, like, locked up? Ian, would you do it? No. He said no.
I know, he said that macho no before, but you got to be in the situation, you know. What would he do if he was actually...
Well, he said he gets upset being constipated, so I don't think he's going to go for any of that, is he, sir?
No, I knew he was going to say that anyway. But then we started talking about other stuff. And he asked if I'd been in prison, and I'm not one to lie, and I said yes.
What were you in there for?
Unfortunately, I was in there for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
At the time I rang you, I was actually waiting to go into a detox, which I have been in many times, and rehabs.
And what was the score there now? Are you clean?
Well, last New Year, my life has changed completely since I came out of prison. Last New Year was great, right? I had £18 on me. I could have scored, not last New Year before, not this 2001. I could have scored with 18 quid, right? I was round a friend's house.
What were you after, if you had have been?
Heroin.
Okay. 18 quid?
Yeah, well, it's 20 quid, but I could have got 2 quid off, you know.
Right.
Anyway, I was around some friends who were dead against it, and I was in two minds, do you know what I mean? It was like, New Year, I've got to score, you know what I mean? It's just, that's how addicts think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and, but then I thought, shit, it's a new year, you know, and I really want to, I've been at this for 14 years, I've got 3 kids, I want a life.
Yeah.
You know? So I ended up going down to the off-licence and buying a bottle of Baileys instead.
Yeah.
I still nearly walked back to the off-licence to get the money back, but I didn't. And I had a brilliant night. I had a great night with my mates.
How long did you serve in prison?
Sorry?
How long were you in?
I was on remand for about 4 months.
Right.
And then I was bailed to a rehab.
Rehab place, yeah.
And then
So you never did tell us, when you was in prison, did you dabble the other way?
Well, I did when I was 18.
When you were out of prison?
Yeah, long before I was in prison, when I was in Turkey with a very nice French girl called Isabel.
Rife in Turkey.
And it was really like something like, I mean, it was Mills and Boone, waves crashing on the beach. But the funny thing is, I just wanted
Sounds quite boring, really, doesn't it?
Not boring, it was...
That's not how blokes want to see lesbians.
Well, I don't care about...
How do blokes want to see lesbians?
Slightly more, well, it's not the romance side, yeah.
I don't care what blokes want to see, I just care what I get.
So when you went in the nick, I mean, did you, was there plenty going on there?
Oh, I had someone on my case that was not attracted to at all, great big butch, sort of big dyke, you know what I mean?
So you didn't?
And, I mean, I can't sort of understand that totally, because, I mean, if women are attracted to women, isn't it because of the femininity?
Well, you'd have thought so. I agree with you on that.
You know,
yeah, but surely your argument in terms of the prison thing is little to do with what you're attracted to and more to do with kind of trying to get what you won't get otherwise, if you know.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I stayed away from everybody in prison. Although there was one girl who actually was the girlfriend of the butch one next to me, but she was in a different wing, and I only saw her occasionally. And she suddenly turned up at the rehab that I was at.
Yeah.
Which I was grateful for, because I was in with just a lot of young, very silly girls who were running up to the boys' room every night and all that sort of rubbish.
So she turned up, and did you wind up with her?
I did, and I got kicked out.
What, for that?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
No sexual relationships. It was her first night. She just turned up, and she said, I can't stay in the detox room on my own. Is it all right if I stay in with Lee? And they said, no, you've got to be with the office.
Unbelievable.
The office. So they said to me, do you mind if you stay in the detox room with Abby? And I said, no, I don't mind at all.
Yeah. You didn't do a lot of detoxing, obviously. So.
No.
There we are. All right, thank you very much. 08700 40 50 60. Stand by, because coming up... are you ready, Ambrose?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready as ever.
We'll do some film detail next.
Ooh. They know where you are, and they know where where to get you. TalkSport detector vans have the technology to find you and give away over £1,000 each day. This morning, if one of our detector vans catches you listening to TalkSport, you could win up to £1,000 in free money. Look out for our fleet of TalkSport detector vans this morning at York,
Blackburn, Leeds, Birmingham, and all over London.
But remember, you have to have a sticker on the back of your car. To take part, pick up a free sticker at your nearest Elf service station and win up to £1,000 with TalkSport's detector vans that give you money, not fines. I'm wearing a very expensive designer suit. I've just ripped a massive hole in my very expensive designer suit. If you're surrendering an endowment policy and haven't called AAP, then like me, you must have money to waste. Why, you ask? Because every day more than £400,000 is thrown away by people who surrender their policies back to the life company without checking first if they're worth more. If your policy was issued before 1992, at AAP you could get up to 35% more than you thought it was worth. Just think, one phone call could earn you thousands of pounds. For your free brochure and valuation, call now on 0800 064 1967. Absolute Assigned Policies Limited are regulated by the Personal Investment Authority. 0800 064 1967.
Your team leader. 1089 and 1053 AM. Talk Sport.
Okay. Yeah, we promised you this malarkey all night.
Yes.
Which is good.
Well, give it to us then.
Okay, it is Film Detail with Ambrose Heron, everybody. Little ripple, please, for Ambrose. Good morning. Fantastic. Beautiful. Back with us with news, and more news.
Yep.
And the new releases.
Yep.
And the videos to rent, and the TV picks, and, of course, the cult classic.
With a surprise coming up on the cult classic.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Even more surprises than usual in that.
Hey, beautiful. Okay, well, let's start off with this week's film news, please.
Well, the first bit of film news is that the US mail service has screwed up a little bit in terms of the Oscar voting systems. Because what happens is all the members of the Academy get to vote by mail who they're going to say is Best Picture, Best Actor. And the US Mail lost 80% of the ballot papers.
They lost 80%?
Yes.
How did they do this?
I don't know. Apparently they got diverted to some warehouse and someone found out.
Oh, dear.
These were filled in ballot papers, were they?
No.
On the way out?
Yeah, on their way out, which is a bit lucky. So they've had to return and do some new ones.
Right, obviously with a different design.
Yeah,
in case of imposters.
Yeah, the original ones were white, and the new ones are yellow.
Are they?
In case someone got double voting, tried to scam it. Yeah, so that was bad news for the US Postal Service.
Big boo.
That's right. Who's the most sort of kind of which Hollywood actor's taken the greatest dive in the last year?
Ooh,
who would that be?
I don't know.
Sly Stallone, Kevin Costner.
Stallone, Costner looking.
Yeah. I raid one of those pads. I reckon that's where they are.
Yeah.
There's a dear old Sly in the basement filling out these things like mad.
Could well be. Or maybe Sharon Stone, who tried to bribe, convince people with gold watches.
That's right. Yeah. That were sent back to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful film, The Muse.
Yeah.
Which was very amusing.
Was it?
Yes.
Nod.
Unamusing.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so that's lost ballot papers.
Yeah.
And?
Well, Spike Lee is a bit miffed at being passed over for the Muhammad Ali sort of new film about his life. And he's very angry at Sony, the studio who are going to make it. They've decided to not involve him. And he's kicked up a big stink in the US at the moment, saying, only he could make this film, and it was a subject matter close to his heart.
Was it a lifelong project of his?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And it was strange, because Will Smith at one point was going to star in it, and then he dropped out.
Did he?
Yeah, and now Spike Lee has been shunted from it.
That's interesting.
So problems there with the...
Why is it close to Spike Lee's heart?
I guess Muhammad Ali is a big hero for him and lots of black Americans.
I'm sure about that, but it's kind of odd, isn't it? It's just, I don't know. Is there a double standard there? The guy is kind of, sort of, he's up there with a lot of others in a sort of pacifist light as, peaceful protester and all the rest of it, and then he wants to make a film about boxing as...
Yeah.
I
suppose there's a sort of contradiction there.
Well, there is a little one in there, you know, just because Ali happens to be a black boxer.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that, you know, Spike Lee, you know, the only person that can direct.
Well, he would think so, yeah.
So who is going to direct it?
They don't know yet.
Oh.
So
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Or Sly Stallone. Yeah. So anyway.
Okay, so Spike Lee's got the hump.
He has indeed.
Hey, he's been spiked.
Which is nothing new.
But nothing new. There we are. Okay, new releases for this weekend. The new release, in your eyes, is...
Well, the big release, absolutely fantastic film, The Insider. Now this
is that the Al Pacino one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Al Pacino and Russell Crowe. And even Christopher Plummer.
Bit of a boys' movie, is this?
Christopher Plummer. Hey, The Sound of Music.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But he's also a noted Shakespearean actor.
He is indeed.
Which not many people know. Anyway, this is based on the true story of the tobacco industry scientist Jeffrey Wigand, who was played by Russell Crowe.
Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, who blew the whistle on big US tobacco firms who covered up that things like nicotine were addictive, and tried to deny that cigarettes kill and things like that. And it sort of focuses on the attempts of a TV producer who tries to persuade, played by Al Pacino, who tries to persuade Jeffrey Wigand to spill the beans on 60 Minutes, the CBS.
That's right, yes.
Current affairs show.
Yeah.
And what happens is they film it, they do it, and then at the last minute, CBS...
They drop out, don't they?
They drop out.
Yeah.
They drop the slot. And it all goes to court, and Jeffrey Wigand is sort of caught between a rock and a hard place because, on the one hand, he gets sacked.
Yeah.
And
his story's not being told.
The story's not being told, and he has threats on his life, and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But eventually it
gets out.
Resolves itself and gets out, yeah.
Yes.
Now, I'd have to say, the main triumph of this film is not to, it's not to uncover the astonishing fact that, cigarettes kill.
Yeah.
It's not really an anti-smoking film as such.
No.
Michael Mann is a smoker, after all, the guy who wrote and made it. But the main being is that it's gives us a multi-layered insight into
the hazards of fags.
No, the hazards of telling the truth in an unscrupulous corporate environment. That's what it does.
Whistleblowing, I believe they call it.
Whistleblowing, absolutely. And it focuses on the two protagonists, the TV producer and the whistleblower himself.
Yes.
And I have to say, Al Pacino is as good as Al Pacino gets in this film.
Yeah.
Lots of shouty telephone calls and going mad in TV studios. So top form from him. But the real standout of The Insider, absolutely amazing performance by Russell Crowe, who you might remember was in the LA Confidential.
Yeah.
Played Bud White, the kind of tough cop, who delivers an extraordinary performance as Jeffrey Wigand, playing against type. He's put on loads of weight. He's dyed his hair grey. He's put on some glasses, and he's got loads of shy mannerisms.
Yeah.
Which is different from what we've seen him in before, and it gives a
Stand there on the terraces every Saturday afternoon, pondering on why they spent the price of a third world country on a world-class winger and forgot to fix the leak in the West Stand. Wondering why they're top of the league, but still get tanked 5-0 in the Auto Windscreen Shield Northern quarter-final. Inside the Boardroom is TalkSport's weekly one-on-one with the chairman of the nation's favourite football clubs. This week, John Elson, chairman of Leicester City, opens up the mahogany doors of Filbert Street and answers your questions. Inside the Boardroom with Leicester City chairman John Elson. This afternoon from 2 on TalkSport.
Introducing all the way from Australia, Sunraysia's Bram Presser and his grandma Ruby.
Granny, what happens to all the pits from the prunes that go into Sunraysia prune juice?
Well, Bram, I'll tell you, but you have to keep it a secret.
Okay, Granny.
Each night, just before midnight, the prune pit plucker magically appears in Sunraysia prune land and picks the pits, leaving behind a pile of plump prunes for Sunraysia to put in their prune juice.
But what about the pits?
The prune pit plucker takes them away because at his home he has a gigantic pile of pits, the fabled prune pit peak.
So you're saying that the prune pit plucker plucks the pits from the premium plump prunes Sunraysia pick to produce their premium prune juice and paddles the piles of pits to the prune palace on Prune Pit Peak?
Precisely.
Sunraysia's prune juice is always bottled in glass to maintain its quality and freshness. Sunraysia is now available at selected Safeway stores.
Real
TalkSport, for real people.
Hi, this is Kevin Keegan. All the sports, all the time, only on TalkSport.
Your team leader, 1089 and 1053 AM. Think sport, talk sport.
It's interesting because some of the people who are actually portrayed in the film have complained that the film has portrayed them in a bad light.
Yeah.
Like Mike Wallace, the presenter of 60 Minutes, has said that it made him out to be a bit of a chicken and this kind of thing, and that he wasn't.
And why did 60 Minutes pull out? Did they ever give a...
Well, because they were about to be taken over by Westinghouse, the big conglomerate.
Okay, who also own...
no, they didn't own any fag companies, but there was the big danger that if they said this, then the tobacco companies would threaten to sue them. And they could lose, millions and millions.
Wasn't there also some kind of advertising question as well?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can actually advertise.
No, I'm not sure you can advertise. I don't know. I just remember something at the time.
Quite a weak point you just made there, really, wasn't it?
Yes, totally.
No relevance to this conversation.
Stop it out.
Okay, there we are. So it's a 9 out of 10.
It's a 9 out of 10.
Sarah, it's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's a boys' film. It's 9 out of 10.
Excellent.
We're happy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's this weekend. It's out to go and see The Insider, Michael Mann movie with Al Pacino taking the lead. Videos to rent. If you want to go down to your video store, you could rent, or you could do a lot worse than this.
Then rent Go.
Go.
By Doug Liman.
Yeah.
Who you might have known from directed Swingers.
All right, yeah.
Quite an amusing tale of acting lads in LA going to Las Vegas.
And that you wouldn't like.
It's a great film, that is. Beautiful, it really is a
I'm
good film.
convinced now.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a recommendation there.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Pulp Fiction, really.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Swingers or Go?
Go.
Go, yeah. Go is a bit like Pulp Fiction. Kind of 3 interlocking stories in LA. Shamefully ignored at the cinemas, I'd have to say. So definitely worth catching on video. Kind of a cross between a road movie and a drug heist. And it has a sort of variety of 20-somethings in their attempts to... Yes, it's funny as well. In their attempts to make it through 48 hours of raving, scheming and other chicanery in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And they've got digital TV.
Yeah. And it involves 2 checkout girls, so it's not exclusive.
Two girls in the film. Two girls in the film.
Oh, my God.
And one of them's called...
Don't tell me they go to bed together, so it's a man's film.
The 2 actors who played him, Katie Holmes, you might know from that awful show Dawson's Creek, and Sarah Polly.
So there's a girl called Sarah in it. That's got to be like a double...
And Polly sounds almost like Mulvey.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tenuous myth.
They try to score some drugs to help out some friends, get them a bit of money. The friend Simon, played by Desmond Askew, who you might have actually known was in Grange Hill years and years ago.
Really? What did he play?
He played, I can't remember the name of the character, sort of laddish, funky Grange Hill type of guy.
School child, right?
Yeah, school child. Yeah. It's kind of the range of Grange Hill, isn't it?
Played a school child in Grange Hill. Well, that narrows it down, doesn't it?
But he does actually play a Brit in this, bizarrely enough. So it's strange to hear him popping up.
So he was American in Grange Hill?
No. But normally, what we were discussing earlier, actually, that Brits often in American films either play Americans.
Oh, I see. He's playing, he's playing himself.
That kind of thing. And he ends up in a shootout and other mad happenings involving stolen cars, orgies, and a gate-crashed wedding.
Really?
Yeah. So it's fast, snappy dialogue and fine soundtrack as well.
But no Grange Hill references?
no Grange Hill
Not even like a sausage on a fork at the beginning?
No, but interestingly, Grange Hill reference, the director of The Talented Mr. Ripley, which is out at the moment, Anthony Minghella, he wrote scripts for Grange Hill.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right.
Bizarrely enough.
A lot of people started off in Grange Hill, in fact. It was quite a...
Yeah. Phil Redmond.
Yeah, Phil Redmond.
Susan Tully.
Susan Tully.
Martine McCutcheon.
That's the one. Even... Todd Carty.
Yeah.
Acting masterclass here.
I saw the headmistress once on a train station, Mrs. McCluskey.
Oh, Mrs. McCluskey.
Do you remember Mrs. McCluskey?
Yeah.
I saw her at a train station, and it was bizarre because it was like, you know how when you're at school, it's kind of weird to see a teacher out of school.
Yeah.
And it felt just like that. It was just almost like, oh no,
There's
Mrs. McCluskey. I was buttoning up my shirt. You know, it's a very freaky experience.
And of course, Mr. Bronson, lest we forget, did play Hitler in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Did he?
Mr. Bronson, which one was he?
Oh, yeah, the one with the moustache.
Yeah.
He had a moustache and a...
Moustache, French teacher, very strict.
Oh, I've got him, yes.
When Miss McCluskey left, the PE teacher took over, didn't he? What was his name?
Baxter.
Sorry.
Him with the beard?
Yeah.
Didn't he die?
In Grange Hill, or...?
No, I think in real life. I hope I've got the right actor there. I do apologise to the friends and family of the aforementioned, if of course he's alive and well and running 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
So there we are. Sorry about that, but don't run too fast, otherwise you might.
Yeah.
Okay. So there we are. It's called Go.
Yeah.
Good film.
Yeah, very good. definitely worth
and
watching.
available to rent.
Yeah.
Right, some TV recommendations that are on the box this weekend. Doesn't matter if you haven't got digital TV, because these are all terrestrial babies.
Absolutely. The first one, 1970s James Caan thriller, Freebie and the Bean.
Ah, excellent film.
I'm sure I've seen this.
I have.
Yes.
Really good film. Love it.
Car chase, crime caper, basically. Starring James Caan in his mid-70s heyday.
Not comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Comedy thriller.
Funny, yeah. Sort of comedy thriller, yeah. Directed by Richard Rush, who hasn't done much since. But sort of 70s crime caper classic. And this is on Channel 5 on Saturday at 10:50 p.m.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Now, if you want to catch Nicole Kidman's best ever performance, you could do no worse than to catch To Die For, Gus Van Sant.
It's the Weather Girl thing?
Yeah.
All right.
You're going to tell me you hated it now.
So I only saw a little bit of it. But Nicole Kidman comedy didn't really seem to kind of go together.
Black comedy.
Thought it very sharp myself.
Yeah, you liked it?
I
didn't, no. I didn't.
Terry didn't like it.
That's with a female lead.
Yes.
Female lead, yeah.
Female lead. And I thought it was very good. An interesting cameo by David Cronenberg as a mafia hitman.
Is that right?
Towards the end, yeah. So, worth watching for that.
When's that on?
This is on Channel 4 on Sunday at 10 p.m.
10 p.m, Channel 4, Sunday.
Now, if you like Arthur Miller, the famous American playwright,
yes,
you might want to catch the film version.
Married too, of course.
Married to Marilyn Monroe, of course.
And his brother, of course, Windy.
Windy.
Yes.
Fabulous talent. Fabulous talent.
Yes. Now, you might want to catch the film version of his famous play, The Crucible. It's about witch hunts in late 17th century New England. Sorry, what?
I said, of course it is.
Yeah.
It's a 90s one.
It is indeed 90s one. Headphone problems here, but I'm struggling to hear you. But this is directed by Nicholas Heitner, who did The Objects of My Affection.
Yeah, interesting. A little bit of trivia about Nicholas Heitner.
Directed Mad King George.
More than that. When I was working backstage as a humble stagehand in Canterbury, the first thing I ever worked on was an opera called King Priam, which is a Britain opera,
right?
As in Benjamin. Directed by Mr. Heitner.
Wow,
really?
His first opera.
Interesting.
His first opera. He was just absolutely smashing chap.
Wow.
And he directed me because in one scene, what I told you, I had to sit in. No, I had to sit. There was because of the way the sort of scenery worked, and the operas are so kind of huge.
Yeah.
In scenic terms, and there was a piano that had to be dragged onto the stage. And during a kind of a blackout scene, I had to push this piano on, which was on like a rail.
Right.
And then I had to sit inside it and crouch behind it all the way through the next act until the scene ended, and then I popped out and pushed it.
Oh.
And yes, a little bit of I've been directed by Mr. Heitner, very well-respected director.
With Daniel Day-Lewis and Winona Ryder, directed by him also in this film.
They weren't as good as me.
Remake good.
Yeah, very good.
Is it?
A little bit stagey.
Yeah.
But has a fantastic performance by Paul Schofield as the main witch hunter. And
but no Gordon the Gopher.
No Gordon the Gopher, no. No. But we're talking famous Shakespearean actor here.
Yes. Oh, of course. Oh, that one.
Yeah,
yes, of course. Silly me.
No. And there's no multicoloured dreamcoats either. And, very good. Excellent stuff. And...
when's it on?
This is on Channel 4 on Monday at 10 p.m.
It is Mr. Miller's The Crucible. Beautiful. Let's move on. Next one.
Probably my TV film of the week, David Mamet's House of Games. This is a 1987 film. Now, this amazing film about con men and tricks played on people. Basically about this sort of con man who cons a woman out of a load of money. And basically the story about how she kind of he teaches all about how to trick people and things like this and win at card games. And it's kind of how she learns to do it herself and eventually tries to do the same back to him. And this amazing stuff, definitely worth catching. You probably haven't, not so well known, but I think it was the first film that David Mamet, the sort of famous American playwright, wrote and directed. And enough twists and turns.
They don't let him direct much, do they, Mamet?
No. But amazing twists and turns, especially halfway through. Fantastic stuff. Where the whole film is your whole perception of what's gone on in the film changes.
Yep.
And nice twist at the end as well.
Have they made a film version of Oleana?
Yeah, they have.
I have.
But it's like a TV film type version.
Never any good.
No.
It's called House of Games, and when's it on?
This is on Channel 5 on Monday at 10:55 p.m.
Okay. Which leaves us Only one thing to do.
Yes.
It is... Ladies and gentlemen, this week's cult classic is...
Now, Dr. Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove?
Or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, which is its subtitle.
Is it?
Yes, an alternative title.
Kubrick film.
It's directed by Stanley Kubrick in 1963, and it stars Peter Sellers in not one, not two, but three roles. Stars George C. Scott and Sterling Hayden, and a black comedy about the madness of the Cold War, coming soon after the Cuban Missile Crisis, of course.
Yep.
And it's about a U.S. Air Force commander called Jack D. Ripper. Eerily played by Sterling Hayden, orders a nuclear attack on Russia and doesn't realise that the Russians are protected by this sort of defence system that automatically launches a counter-strike, which will lead to global destruction. And Dr. Strangelove, who is also played by Peter Sellers, he's the guy who's invented this system. And what happens is the sort of comic attempts to try and stop this happening as the US try and bomb Russia. The Russia.
Hasn't the guy that plays the president, hasn't he got a funny sort of sounding name?
Yes, he has.
The president, who is it?
He's called President Merkin Muffley.
Merkin Muffley.
Top name.
Beautiful.
So they're anticipating other presidents like Bush and Clinton.
God, with Merkin and the Bush, there's a connection there.
Clever man, Stanley Kubrick. And there's General Buck Turgidson and Captain Mandrake, who Peter Sellers also plays. It's a sort of British sort of Air Force man.
Yep.
But amazing performance by Peter Sellers in three roles. Probably his best sort of film performance, or performances. And it kind of explores the hilarious insanity of the Cold War at its height. And it was nominated for 4 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director. An interesting fact about this was that the climax of the film was going to be a massive custard pie fight, which Stanley Kubrick filmed at enormous expense for the film's climax, but subsequently never used.
Cut out.
Yeah. And another interesting thing about this film is a surprise, as this is our esteemed producer's last ever film detail.
Yeah.
Now, if he can answer a question, because a long time ago, some film critic lent him a Stanley Kubrick film.
Yes.
Now he can win this this film.
Oh yeah.
If he can answer what film did this film critic, Stanley Kubrick film, did this film critic lend Pop-Up Peter Harris?
Do you know what it was?
What was that, Pete?
Do you know what it was? It was A Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you still haven't got it back?
No.
Does that mean he's won this?
Yeah, that means he's won that.
Look at that, you've won a Dr. Strangelove video.
You are a god.
There it is, fantastic, beautiful. There you go. But of course, because I have it in my hand, I'm taking it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you are. Superb. And of course, it would have been filmed in the UK, I guess, this.
Yeah, it was indeed, yeah.
As was Kubrick's want.
Yeah.
Do we know where? That's quite interesting, isn't it, to find out where these things are...
Yes, I think around Hertfordshire.
Which is where he lived, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hatfield Aerodrome, that sort of place.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Full Metal Jacket, another war job he did.
Yeah.
It was all filmed in Docklands.
Docklands, London's Docklands,
Not far from here.
Up the road from me.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Unreal.
Strange stuff.
There we are. Ambrose, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Superb. And, hey, what can we say?
Yeah.
It's Pete's last show. And that was it.
I love you all.
You do?
I do, yeah.
You've got to stop the music there. You can't allow us 15 seconds to say goodbye to you.
Okay, then.
I mean, that's outrageous. It's outrageous. Honestly, the man he's at the Ken Livingstone kind of Buddhist edge of no ego, you see, which is nice. And,
we can be late for the news, though.
That's all right, yeah. Hang on there, news from Sky.
Because I'm leaving.
With you in a second.
This is bigger news.
It is.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about it all night, and everyone's phoned in and said thank you very much to Pete, but it's what I'd like to say, actually, if you don't mind me saying so, Pete, is that of all the people I've ever worked with in this industry, and believe me, I've worked with some arses in my time. I've worked with a few criminals. Remember that big fat Greek swine?
Yes, I do.
Him imprisoned for his crimes. Worked with him. And, I've worked with the best.
Yeah.
And I've worked with the worst.
Indeed.
And welcome to the latter category, can I say, Pete?
Thank you.
No, it's we just all want to say, loads and loads of luck. And the psychiatric business is a busy one at the moment. As we move into a very insecure era, I think it's going to get busier.
I hope so.
So pop back, be our psychiatric detail correspondent. Oh, by the way, Ambrose, you're sacked.
Thank you.
We're doing psychiatric news next week with Pete.
I think I know a bit about that.
Got to get... We'll do a double act.
Yeah, I did.
Mad and madder.
I mean, that's my choice, Dr. Strangelove.
That's it, yeah. Dr. Strange, there's the difference. So we are going to miss the boy.
Very much.
Very much.
Yeah. But you have got to pop in sometime.
Will do, yeah, I'll pop back regularly.
Will you do that?
Sure.
Yeah?
Love to.
Just nip in.
Yeah.
And say hello.
Nice.
Will you bring your uniform with you?
Of course.
Because we'll have multifarious laughs at your expense on that one.
Exactly, yeah.
Just to see you in your little white bib number.
It'll be lovely.
And Sarah's going to miss you, aren't you?
Oh, I am going to.
Do you know what I'm going to miss, Sarah?
Are you?
Yeah, I really am going to miss Sarah.
Yes.
A myth?
I'd just like to sing him a little song.
Would you?
I would.
Got you far away.
Goodbye, goodbye, you're leaving me, Scooby-Doo. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Fa-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Beautiful.
We're going to go. I'm about to shed one. We've already...
Well, don't shag one. We've got to do the news. Got to do the news. Don't shag one in here, though.
Okay.
It's, not nice. Okay. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you very much.
And we'll speak to Pete, I'm sure, at some stage in the not-too-distant future.
Beautiful.
There is a little rebel, Mr. Peter Harris. Topical 2 years on the show, and he's leaving!
No,
On the hour updates from the Sky News Centre, 10:89 and 10:53 a.m. Talk Sport.
Good morning, it's 5 o'clock. I'm Ricky Sam on the TalkSport News headlines. Soccer idol taken ill, Shipyard close to collapse, and Arsenal and Leeds in UEFA last 8. The former Manchester United football hero George Best is in hospital suffering from stomach pains. Tests are being carried out on him. Some reports suggest he was rushed to hospital after falling ill and turning yellow, a sign of liver disease. But a spokesman denied newspaper reports that he suffered liver failure. He insisted Best's life was not in danger. Hundreds of jobs are at risk at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast. The warning comes after the contract to build a new Cunard flagship went to a yard in France. Cunard say the French bid a lot lower to build the Queen Mary 2. A judge is due to decide later whether Ian Brady should have the right to die. The Morse murderer wants to be allowed to starve himself to death in a hospital. Brady was convicted of killing 3 children in 1966. Academic selection could soon end at Britain's oldest grammar school, Ripon College. The result of a ballot of 3,000 parents will be announced later. Anti-selection campaigner Judy Wallace says the grammar school system divides the town.
There's no way I could allow my children to be brought up in a city where some children and parents actually believe, for whatever reason, that they're actually almost a better class.
TalkSport weather, any rain in Scotland will clear, but dry with bright or sunny spells everywhere else. Highs between 11 and 16 degrees. In sport, it's been a great night for Premiership teams in Europe. Arsenal and Leeds are both through to the quarter-finals of the UEFA Cup. Leeds beat Roma 1-0 on aggregates, thanks to a goal by Harry Kewell. And Arsenal had a 6-3 win over Deportivo La Coruña, despite losing 2-1 in Spain. Emil Heskey set to become a Liverpool player in the next 24 hours. The strikers agreed to move to Anfield in an £11 million deal from Leicester City. Paolo Di Canio has been fined £5,000 and severely censured after being found guilty of making an obscene gesture towards an Aston Villa player. The West Ham striker was charged by the FA following an incident in the Premiership match at Upton Park in January. West Brom have named Gary Megson as the new boss at the Hawthorns. Megson takes over from Brian Little, who was sacked earlier this week. And in cricket, Ronnie Irani has been named as the new Essex skipper for the forthcoming season. The all-rounder takes over from Nasser Hussain, who stepped down to concentrate on his England commitments. TalkSport News Time 3 minutes past 5.
Your team leader on 10:89 and 10:53 a.m. Bloomberg on the money on Talk Sport.
Good morning, it's the last show of the week here on Bloomberg on the Money. I'm Baron Schommer, and with the headlines, here's Annabelle Jefferson.
Thank you. Shares in British Telecom soar as much as 12% as it announces it's diving into the fledgling mobile internet market. The Chancellor warns investors not to put all their nest eggs into the .com basket. This as the tech-heavy Nasdaq reaches a record high, and it's a last-minute change for lastminute.com. The e-commerce site ups its IPO price range by 67%.
Good morning, Annabelle. A bit late this morning.
Yeah, not. Well, we're here now. We're
here now. Do you want a quick funny story?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's not really that funny, but I thought it was. Canada is changing what it has on its notes, because up till now they've always had birds like ospreys and kingfishers.
They
They're
call
all
it
out
loony.
now. They're going to put people there, so the like of Mike Myers and Brian Adams